Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I think everything is working. Let's see. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Nope. Okay. I think everything's good. Hey guys, I'm doing an open stream tonight. I found some interesting stuff with driver's licenses, and I got a troll that's been bothering the shit out of me today. Really, he's not really bothering me. He's, um, you guys know what I mean. Just I'm kind of fucking with them too. I like to fuck with the trolls. Shout out to Curtis. Hashtag time bong. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys something. So we were kind of going over topics, and one of the topics that we do like to discuss is, like modern day feminism. And let's see. And I found out something today about feminism. And let's see if this comes up. My stuff is pretty slow right now. All right, looks like the window is sharing. And anybody can join in. I'm going to send an invite here. All right. So if you guys want to join, just come on into this. It's about to slow down because I'm gonna go into my hotspot here because my satellite internet is being shitty today. So just stay tuned. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get onto my hotspot because this shit is so. All right, I think we're good now. I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right. So obviously we know about women's suffrage, which began in New York in 1848, and um, they call it the Declaration of Sentiments. And it's I looked at these women, and they're definitely mad at men syndrome just by the way that they looked. Um, but look at the day that the convention happened. July 20th, the 201st day of the year. So the feminist movement began on the 201st day of the year in 1848. I don't know if anybody else is shocked, but I can tell you right now I'm not. So yeah, I mean, we were just kind of going over topics tonight. Is there anything that anybody would want to discuss? And I would like some people to be actors in their skits. Um, how many roles I would love to play. I can't do them all. Um, I mean, I prefer not to, but we're trying to make this podcast into like something really fun for this community to have our form of entertainment. Um, it's kind of our thing right now. Like we're evolving, we're finding our niche. This is like we've done Novelty and I've done podcasts before, but they've never have gone this far. You know, when I was an auditor, like I had a few thousand subscribers, but they weren't as loyal as you guys. So, um, we're kind of him and I were just because we're only at 14 episodes, and then obviously many live streams. We're trying to think what would be like how do we entertain not only you guys, but this is the way to, as far as I know, bypass this algorithm and get if our goal is to get people to wake up, it's not going to be through the way we've been doing it because it's not working. If it worked, we wouldn't be talking about it anymore. It would be barter system and the monetary system would be gone. Religions wouldn't exist. It would be individual spirituality things. There wouldn't be any of these movements every other fucking year. There's a new movement of some stupid shit. It's just another cult. So I mean, we all know this. We all under, and why I am asking is that everyone that I want to interview, I want them to be on the skit because the skits are supposed to be the prequel to the show. It's supposed to be like a fun little TV series for you guys to watch. That's kind of obviously humorous, making fun of the stupid celebrities and the stupid politicians and all the stupid goddamn garbage that they do all the time. And I think, I mean, what I want to do is that as the Badgers getting arrested, I would like to do put like that balloon, like just have like the balloon fly by, like as he's like in the back of the cop car or some shit. I don't know. I don't know if our skills are that good to make that happen. But that'd be so fucking funny. Just every skit, like some stupid modern news headline will throw into the skit. Like, we're just trying to figure out our niche, I guess. But yeah, this is an open stream tonight, guys. If anybody wants to come in, I do have the link. So it's up to whoever. Edward, what's up? What else? That's about it. We are going to re-upload episode 13 because we noticed there was a glitch in the audio. It wasn't like that when we edited the thing. So it sounded like we kept talking over each other, but really like the audio was not lining up. And I don't know if it's how we saved it or what, but it like glitched and fucked it up a little bit. So we're gonna re-upload episode 13. Um I'll probably re-upload it sometime tomorrow. That's if the audio layer doesn't fuck with the video layer. That's the only issue. What else? So yeah, I mean, I found that kind of interesting with the women's suffrage movement. I mean, and of course, there's 68 women and 32 men. And that 68 number is a huge number with a lot of things. And there was a 113, I believe. Let me see if I can find what it was. Oh, Frederick Douglass actually one of the leaders of the abolitionist movement, obviously to abolish slavery. Um, abolition equals 56 and 43. And who abolished slavery? Abe Lincoln, born on 43rd day of the year. Um, so I find that interesting, and obviously, slavery was never abolished. It was actually just revamped into something different. If you read the 13th Amendment, right? Um, let's see here. I wonder how many quarterbacks won the Super Bowl MVP. 'Cause it used to, that's almost relatively new. One Super Bowl MVP. 31 quarterbacks have won Super Bowl MVP. So 26 of them didn't. So that means there would be 27 that would not be quarterbacks, or 32, which is the reverse of 23. 31 is the 11th prime number. I don't think it's going to be a quarterback this year, just because of that. I'm not a sports decoder, but um let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. See if you guys are saying anything. No one is. Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to come in, please click the top. I might end up having my former supervisor call me. I'll even have him on. He said that he might have a job for me. Or Novelty might be coming on. Okay, Novelty's coming in, guys. So, obviously, him and I were tag team champions of pot. You know what? We're gonna call it something different. This, to me, I feel like, yeah, we are podcasting, but we're changing the game. We're gonna change it to vlog casting. Hashtag vlogcasting. Hashtag we own the rights to that fucking name. I guarantee you someone's gonna take that idea. So hold on, I gotta send him the link. And, everything's going super duper slow right now. I don't know why. Is my audio good? Can you guys hear me? It's not choppy or none of that nonsense. All right. We'll have him come on in. Anyway, did my full moon ritual last night. Obviously, you guys would know if you watched the bonfire one. And again, we're gonna end up taking down episode 13. We're gonna keep it up until the new one comes up. And all right, thank you guys. Awesome. Everything's good. It's like really laggy on my end. I don't know. I don't know why it's so laggy. Let me close some windows. Close some stuff up. All right. Does anybody want to join in? Novelty's about to come in. We'll see what he's doing. But yeah, it looks like I might have a job. That's good. That's actually great. That's phenomenal news. Yeah, I mean it's still slavery, but goddamn, I need shekels. I need some fucking shekels, man. Oh, God, I hate this system. Now, let's not forget that people think I'm running. What the fuck do they call it? A pyramid scheme. must be the worst scam artist on the planet because it's really not successful of a pyramid scheme here at Truth Vibration Podcast. Not even close. We are asking if anybody can do a good Neil deGrasse Tyson or a Bill Nye the Science Guy impression. If you want to be on the show, our next episode, I feel like making fun of these people keeps us pretty joyful because they're just so fucking. Ugh. All these celebrities are just, God, I can't stand them. So we gotta make fun of them. And then how I kind of want to do it, I guess we can like use their gematria, whatever ritual. Like if, let's say if LeBron James, I guess, is big in the headlines the week that we're recording. One of us can pretend to be LeBron, and we'll use some of his numbers on him, like how King James is like 35 and or 89 and stuff. And then we know LeBron 66 and 66 books in the Bible, stuff like that. We'll throw in those jokes. I think LeBron James is 66 too. But just be like, I don't know. I pretend to be LeBron James and say I sucked off 66 NBA players so I can win my 6th championship. Or 66 refs or some shit like that. I mean, we want really like our vision is to really get advanced in this podcast where it will literally be the honey badger all dressed up. It'll look like a CNN news studio. I'll have my like papers. This just in. We just found out LeBron James sucked off 66 refs in on June 6th at 6:06 p.m. This is like shit like that. Like we want to do that. We just don't have the time. It's a lot of work. But I feel like we'll get there and we'll have like a real studio one day and real production, and Truth Community will have a real true show that we'll talk about truth, but it's also a really comical experience. Something entertaining for us to watch because everything's so fake and phallic and and um and deliberately trying to dumb us down, and we don't like we have to have our own community. Like I feel like maybe we should do like Truth Coin or some shit. Like have our own currency and our own entertainment and our own. I mean, I don't know what else we gotta do, man. Like we gotta get out of this system. Novel T said he was gonna come in. He hasn't. Did the thing not send? Hold on, let me look. Because my shit's so laggy. You guys are saying, yeah, it says I sent it. I'll send him another one. Okay. Any topic ideas that you guys might want us to cover? I mean, we're gonna cover the balloon because it's, I don't know. Even the sheep don't believe it, so that's how stupid. It's like they're like getting sloppy, or no, no, the people aren't getting smarter. They're just getting sloppier. I'm giving the people too much credit. Pretty sure that the cabal or these news agencies are just they're just getting sloppy. And now there's hold on, there's an article right here. Hold on. A standard high altitude research tool became the world's most tracked aircraft after thousands of people mistook it for the suspected Chinese spy balloon, and it looks like the moon. A balloon flies over the skies of Billings, Montana on February 1st, which is a day that you can really write as 201. So there's a so now there's two balloons. Stephanie Stacy's one that wrote this. All the 64 shit going on at 6:40 a.m. Oh my god. Hold on, no, let's see if I can get this up. This is from Insider. Let's see. I'm looking at my phone, so standard high altitude research tool became. All right, we'll see if that's good enough. Okay. Uh, this one is from Yahoo, but it can't be much different. This one's from Yahoo News, and yeah, Stephanie Stacy here. I'll share the screen. I do not see what's his face. So let's look at this shit. This is all right. What's going on over here? Yeah, doesn't this look like the moon? Now we just had the snow moon, and this just popped up in my feed on my phone. So this was written on February 4th. What do they call it? A high altitude research tool. What are you researching? I guarantee you militia groups. Let's see. What do you know? You guys are caught once again. Jesuits, just they're like addicted, man. They just can't stop. It's like crack. They use gematria like crack. They can't fucking help it. Here, we got another 56 for these fucking stupid fucks. In Billings, Montana. Again, Billings, the Bills, all the money shit that's going on right now. Billings, Montana, bills. No one can pay their bills anymore. Yes, I like that one too. And I'm nowhere near as versed with the sports gematria. So sports gematria people, if you're watching, here you guys go. Billings, Montana. 63 looks familiar to me, but a standard research tool from the US became the most tracked aircraft on Flight Radar 24. Flight Radar 24, huh? Oh, yeah. I didn't even see it. 24. And what day was this article written? On 2/4. There you go. They just can't help themselves. They can't do it. But we'll see what happens if we put the 2/4 in here. I mean, they got that 83 going on. Murder, death shit. Thousands mistook it for a suspected Chinese spy balloon that has gripped the global attention. The end of the world's gonna happen. There's a Pennywise balloon floating in the air. A standard high altitude research tool from the United States became the world's most tracked aircraft on popular flight tracking website Flight Radar 24. Almost on Saturn Day, Flight Radar 24 Updated aircraft label to clarify that it was a standard vessel. Sorry, this is not the Chinese balloon. Sorry. According to at least 4,000 viewers followed every move of the research balloon named H-Ball 617. That can be a date. 6/17. Here I'm gonna do H-Ball. Well, yeah, there's that 23, like 2023 right now. There's that 163 in Satanic. I know that Zach doesn't use Satanic often or much at all, but that number's been popping up like crazy, and obviously it's been 163 years since the Civil War. 14 like dead. Check to see if novelty's in here. No, let me call him. According to Reuters, yeah, Reuters. Yeah, because they're the most trusted name. I don't. Company named Aerostar. Yo, are you coming on?
Hey, okay. Where is my mind?
I don't know.
Okay, you sent me the,
Yeah, I already sent you the link.
Now I'm freaking out because I got no more fucking beer left here.
Well, you're already live.
What?
You're live. Hi TVP. A Satelloon fell out of the sky. China spy on us with TikTok. Google does the rest. All the stupid stories are coded. Oh, my Mad Pie Man. Yeah, he's a new subscriber. He hung out with me last night. Yeah, this company Aerostar established. All right, I don't understand how it's established in 1992, but their first takeoff flight was in 1967. The Piper Air. Here, no, let's click on. Do they have like more of a Wikipedia because it's just more basic? I guess. I guess I'll just have to click on their website here.
Okay, I got it.
All right. All right, everyone. Novelty's in here.
Brought to you by Bose Audio, ladies and gentlemen. You want a great sound system in your car? Just get Bose. Bose offers you the best bass frequencies and highs and lows, even treble and middle. Okay. You want to go to Bose. Okay. You want to think about a rose that you give to your girl. You want to offer her the same experience in your car. You get Bose. All right. Now let's look into the gematria.
No, there's another balloon site in Montana, and they
Hold on,
thought
I'm
it
not
was
being professional.
they thought it was a
I just
Chinese
wanted to.
balloon, and I guess it
I
was
gotta
some
put my
kind of.
tie on because I'm not being too professional in my cubicle. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm at the Bose Studios, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, right. The Matrix
Okay.
is the reason. Well, I appreciate that.
I'm wearing a tie, so let's be real. Any businessman and serious person to be taken seriously wears a fucking tie. Debate me. Okay, I have the fucking hat. I work for Bose. All right, let's cut the shit. So what's up with this fucking plane shit you're showing?
All right, so
I gotta.
we were making fun of the stupid balloon thing, and then I saw an article that said there was another balloon spotted, but it was an American one.
You know, it's
And it
all
was,
bullshit.
I know, I'm just kind of decoding it and looking at the history and what their little ritual that they're doing with this. And of course, we found a few 56s. You know, they got to do that. They can't help themselves. They can't help it, dude. Like I'm pretty sure these people are addicted to 56 and 201. Like they're just like addicted to it. They can't help it.
Well, it's like a
It's like crack.
drug, you know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're like 201 addicts. They just can't
Yeah.
stop.
Well, it's easy to become a 201 addict, you know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one of the most addictive things on earth. I mean,
Sure.
I can't, you know, I just went through a 201 addiction. I mean, arrested on
Did you?
12/9 and then sentenced on 12/29 and then, you know, released on 20/1. I mean,
Mhm.
cell 2, bunk 01. I mean, come on. I'm addicted too.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
hard not to be addicted to it.
Yeah, I mean, listen. The thing is, 201 is very easy to get addicted to. Now, when you're talking about a 56, that's not as addictive, but it's close. The 201 is definitely the most addicting. Would you agree, Honey Badger?
It's one of the most powerful drugs on earth, from what I've
Mhm.
been seeing.
Well, you know, Anthony Fauci confirmed it in 2021.
Yeah, that's true. Anthony Fauci was
Mhm.
giving out
Do you remember
201
that headline with CBS?
shots.
Or was it Fox News?
I think it
I
was
think it
Reuters.
was. No, well, I think it might have been CNN, but the reason why it wasn't released on CNN is because of the, you know what goes on behind the scenes.
Well, usually Anderson Cooper is getting all the cream-filled treats he can get before he goes on
I
air.
heard he actually people have been complaining because he goes into the he says he needs to take a little restroom break when he's on the studio, and he goes into the bathroom stall and shoves a long john up his butthole.
Hmm.
That's been reported by multiple, like
Yeah.
Al Michaels, Bill Gore, a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I definitely. I'm not going to argue because if it's on those channels, it's definitely
Hmm.
true.
And Fox News, for the record, you're looking at Yahoo News. That's for a bunch of yahoos, okay? I don't know why you're reading that stuff.
I mean, Yahoo News is almost. I know it's not as good as CNN, but you know, it's what we got. You know.
Well, you got to calm down with that Yahoo News.
Um. Well,
Because
well, and there
did you hear that it's actually endorsed by Oprah Winfrey's left toenail, so you got to be careful.
there has been pressure from certain members of Congress, as well as former
Mm.
puppet Donald Trump,
Are
to
they going to
shoot
do
down the
another
balloon.
insurrection?
But authorities say it's not that simple. It's because fighter jets
It's
aren't
not that
designed to
simple.
target balloons.
We can't just pop a balloon. We could just take a slingshot
They weren't
and fucking
designed.
shoot an acorn at it and it would probably pop. We have all this army military shit and we can't fucking take down a simple air balloon. You're being fed bullshit, everybody.
Oh,
Oh, it's sick.
my fucking ribs hurt. No, that shit's
It's just
funny right
such a
there.
fucking mockery. Like, shut the fuck up. You can't take down a fucking air balloon, but you can take down a fucking you can take down the Twin Towers, but you can't take down the air balloon.
Oh,
we're so scared. We
You
don't
should
want to worry about American
now see.
casualties.
The problem
Like
is
they
that
ever cared about American casualties.
the problem is that Masada Air was not flying the jumbo jet to take it down. Because if Masada took the jet, they are the best pilots ever known to mankind. Because you know what? They don't get any flight training or nothing. They can just throw a plane into anything and it will disintegrate whatever it
It's a
touches.
controlled demolition. No matter whatever a plane runs into, it's a controlled demolition.
Plane.
Scientific. Bill Nye the Science Guy actually did a segment on that. Mhm. Hello? You're all laggy. You sound like very
I'm laggy.
yeah. I couldn't hear anything you said. I think the government's fucking with our stream.
Yeah, they can kiss my ass. Oh yeah, Truth Virus. I love Truth Virus. Always talks about Anderson Cooper's cream-filled treats. I love it. It cost $15 million to pop that balloon.
Who's C?
Who's what?
Are all these people fans or like what is this people? What are these people?
Yeah, Mad Pyman, Edward C.
I'm so out of the loop.
Yeah, you need to get you need to get with it.
All right,
Chinese
everybody on
balloonists are really
novelty.
pissed.
Can I give an introduction about myself?
No, you're not allowed. That's illegal. You don't
I work
remember
for
that new
well, I'm
Oprah
just gonna
Winfrey
do
law?
the toenail incident.
No, it wasn't that one. No, the new Oprah
No,
Winfrey law.
are you talking about 2018?
I think it had no. Her new law that Oprah Winfrey wrote on you was back in 2021.
No, that's not true.
It was on July 20th, the 201st day of the year.
That was actually the 33rd day in like the
It
Chinese
wasn't the 33rd day of your
calendar.
age. It was the 17th day of your age.
I don't know about that.
I think you're creating stories over here. You're watching too much Yahoo News.
No, I'm watching the only credible news source, which is Fox News. I wake up every day. I drink a Diet Pepsi. I try to wake
Oh,
up my wife, but she won't give me a hand job, and I just sit on the couch and watch Fox News and drink Diet Pepsi.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
what.
yeah.
And if
Diet,
you have a problem
diet
with that, you're unpatriotic. You don't support the troops if you don't fucking drink a Diet Pepsi on the couch in the morning. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not. I mean, I do the same thing. So I
Well,
just think this is a
I
funny
heard
just
you're.
comment
I
under the
actually
article.
heard you're a Diet Coke fan, so I had to
No,
call you
I'm
out.
a diet. I'm a Diet Tab fan.
No, I saw you. I listened to you on the other podcast, and you said you were a fucking Diet Coke fan. So, you know,
Nope. Diet Tab.
no,
Tab is where it's at.
that's
Yeah,
not true. This is
it's real
you talk
news.
about fake news, but you're spreading fake news because you're a
You
Diet
pissed
Coke.
Oprah off.
You're a fucking closet
Yeah, yeah.
Diet Coke fan.
This is what Novelty does. He pisses Oprah off. I don't know why he does it.
I don't care.
He,
She's my
he always,
sugar mama. Sorry. I try to cut her off from so many sugars and carbs once in a while, and you know, she's like, "No, I want my Twinkies," and I'm like, "No, bitch, you're fat enough. Relax." Is that too offensive to say on the air?
no, I mean she does have a Minge and a Gary.
Is that too offensive? I feel like
Well, she put
well,
80. She put
I love
88
her.
pound Trump Twinkies in her pussy.
Well, I
I
just
heard.
want to say I love Oprah, and I didn't mean to call her a fat bitch. I'm sorry. That should clear it up.
Really, I only know you should be going to like Antarctica prison for that.
No, I think I should be. Well, that's kind of up for debate because like saying like I can't go there because the Earth is flat. So,
Oh boy.
oh
And the moon's a triangle.
yeah, the moon is actually a octagon. Did
I
you know
heard the
that?
Earth is a trapezoid.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson said the moon is an octagon, and it's just an
Oh, then yeah,
optical
it's right then.
illusion that we see it like a circle.
She could feed a village of Africans with their snacks.
Hmm.
That's true. I did read that on a Facebook article,
I read that on Reuters.
which I think is owned by Facebook or Meta. So yeah, it's pretty much the
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, everything's meta nowadays.
Well, you think about metaphysics,
Hmm.
and I was in a conversation with someone I formerly dated earlier today, and I was telling them about how, well, why put people when people get put on medication, they like doctors basically understand, due to whatever they read about the pharmaceutical medication that they gave you, whatever it is. Let's just say high blood pressure.
What's up, dude?
And
Hey, who's this?
Avalonias?
Oh, hey, you changed your number?
No.
Oh, hey, you're on the podcast right now. You're on live right now.
Fuck yeah. What's up, guys?
What's up?
what's up, Avalonias?
Not much.
How you doing?
So far, so Gucci.
When's the last time you pissed Oprah off?
Only like 5 minutes ago.
That's it? You should be
Wow.
doing it every
I'm
201 seconds.
pretty upset.
You sound right.
I'm disappointed with how little
I do too,
effort
man.
you put into pissing Oprah off. The rule is every 201 seconds. So I don't know if we can have you on the podcast anymore.
I feel like Ellen DeGeneres would be really proud of me.
No,
No,
she's proud of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres has got at least
Mhm.
That's your dad,
201.
though. Of course, you would say that.
So I can say whatever I want. I have freedom of speech. I'm an
Oh,
American.
I mean, excuse me, sir.
How
You
much freedom is
you
America?
gotta get permission.
I mean, I don't know. With all the brainwashing, I feel like
No, what are you talking about brainwashing? That sounds like
know.
conspiracies.
Yeah, we don't talk about
I'm
conspiracies.
the
We don't-
hugest conspiracy theorist ever.
No, we don't talk about that.
No.
Yeah.
No, did
talk
you
about
vote? Even if
facts.
you didn't vote, you can't complain. All right.
I'm a rioter.
Okay. Well,
riot
that's
cat.
even worse. That's even worse.
You're over here breaking laws, Avalonias.
Wow.
Viva la vida.
You are a rebel.
Every day.
You are.
Every day of my life. Let me tell you something. I'm such a rebel that sometimes I don't even look both ways before I cross the street.
That's a federal offense.
Wow.
I can't believe you just
should go to
admitted
jail
to
longer
that.
than I had to go.
Yeah.
You belong locked in a cage for 90 days.
322 days at least.
Yeah,
in jail for that
322 days actually. Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I mean
That sounds more accurate.
You don't be jealous. I have
We're not jealous.
I have a way of getting what I want, right?
Like you like being.
Women can do what they want anymore. We with no hold bar.
Have you ever gotten tased?
It does turn me on, yes.
But in the left toenail, though?
Well, hopefully the right toenail,
Mhm.
No,
And that's one thing we
no,
haven't talked about on the podcast yet is the right toenail tasing.
you can't be getting it in the right toenail. That's not
Mhm.
right. I
Yep.
mean, I just that's absurd to hear. Avalonius, oh my lord! I thought you were a good little
We
Christian.
thought you were dead. We
Yeah,
thought
I
you
mean, we
just
thought-
woke up one day and you decided not to be alive.
Yeah, I think I'm a zombie or a vampire. I'm not really sure at this point.
Well, you better make
I
up your
went to
mind.
McDonald's,
Well-
and the next day I woke up a new person.
Would
I'm
you
like
choose
reborn
like
again.
a Burger King zombie or McDonald's zombie?
Taco Bell, obviously.
No, that's not an option. If you had to
No,
choose,
that's the only option.
No. Taco Bell is not an option.
That's Taco Bell zombie Avalonias.
And Avalonias, you do have to be with. It's either Ronald McDonald or the burger purple looking thing. Like I'm pretty sure you're one
What's
of
his name?
those.
The Hamburglar or like the
I
Gremlin.
refuse to hear it. You guys are brainwashed.
No, you're brainwashed.
No, we watch enough CNN. We know
We
what's going on.
watch fucking a lot of stuff. Okay, we
Yeah,
watch Art
CNN,
Bell, the
especially
Alien
Anderson
Attack.
Cooper.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Anderson Cooper, Diet Pepsi. You're not.
Shit.
Let me guess.
I'm taking a nap.
And let me just take a fucking second here and just say, I bet she's not even endorsed by Diet Pepsi. The amount of shit she's talking. Like, she's probably not even endorsed by Diet Pepsi.
I think
That's
you're just
unbelievable.
ridiculous.
Wow. And everyone knows, everyone endorsed by Diet Pepsi. It's the best flavor, and it's the best way to like get yourself out there on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. This is a sponsor of Diet Pepsi. We are sponsored by Diet Pepsi and Anderson Cooper. He
Anderson
tells it
Cooper
like it
just
is.
came out with a new flavor
Mhm.
of Diet Pepsi.
Yep,
Did
the
you
new
know?
flavor, the Anderson. Look for it in March. It's going to be released on March 22nd. The new 322 Diet Pepsi flavor, Anderson Cooper edition, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Look for it in local
Anderson
stores and
Pepsi.
anywhere you can buy Diet Pepsi.
Sponsored by George W. Bush.
Well, he was a contributor.
I think he's in he's gonna be in the commercial. George H.W. Bush.
I think he was the CEO, and Anderson Cooper was like, "Okay, I'll take the marketing role."
Yes, aspartame is good for you.
Yeah, get your aspartame cola, everybody. Everyone says that aspartame's bad for you. I disagree. I think it's good for you.
I think it's actually one of the most
It
important
actually
minerals.
makes you get bigger biceps if you do the curls for the girls, ladies and gentlemen.
And forearms.
And I'm not trying to be sexist. You know, girls can do the curls for the girls. Guys can do the curls for the girls. Transgenders can do it. Anyone can. Doesn't matter what race you are. If you're white, black, pink, or purple, you can do the curls for the girls.
With aspartame cola.
Yeah. Well, that's the best pre-workout you can fucking drink, you know?
You know, you guys are retarded. I don't know why you think aspartame is going to give you superpowers. It's all about the sugar. All the sugar, all the fat, all the sugar. Never water, just straight up sugar. Just inject
that's
into
healthy.
your eyeballs, into your veins.
Well,
every morning.
Let me just interrupt here. I think the real sugar is not where it's at. It's the fake sugar that's getting us better results.
Yeah. Fake sugar actually is endorsed by now
George
Arnold
Clooney.
Schwarzenegger.
No, George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney
and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Tom Hanks.
Yep, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, after he lost the game with 201 points on gin rummy, he was definitely drinking Diet Pepsi that day. And that's what made him feel like a winner.
That's actually, and that's going to be a commercial that comes out in the upcoming Super Bowl. Is that, you know, that all that information is going to be disclosed. Tom Hanks endorses Diet Pepsi, ladies and gentlemen.
And Mad Pie Man, that bacterial feces is actually from Ellen DeGeneres. And so you're getting all your probiotics with that.
Yeah.
So
sure. And not only that, but you're getting you know, a lot more like the essence, like you just what else is better?
It's like a natural flavor.
So Avalonias, what do you have to say? What's your 2 cents that you have to say for the podcast?
I say all these things sound really good. I really feel like if, you know, like America is all about being as unhealthy as possible. when I eat breakfast, I always make sure there's like 10 pounds of bacon,
Sure.
10 eggs, and like my gun right next to me, just in case, because I'm in America, right?
Sure.
And I think that when we're like supporting, like Hillary Clinton and
Wait, did you just say Hillary
Bill
Clinton?
Nye,
Wait,
yeah,
hold
this
on,
is
that's
good.
offensive.
This is good news.
You just said
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. I think that's gonna get us flagged on YouTube.
No, we're good. This is a good
Okay.
time.
All right.
And
Whoa.
not only that, okay, but the best part about this whole thing is that Kanye West, right? He's a religion itself, and
Sure.
anyone who goes against
He's a
Kanye
hero.
West, I just
Yeah.
want to say, you just don't understand life. I really wish that Freddy Krueger would go to your dreams and tell you some nightmares, just for a while.
How dare you?
A little lesson.
That's
Is
my
that your dreams every night?
Never, because Kanye West is my king. You know what I'm saying?
Avalonias.
So why
I
wouldn't
have
you
a
have your
question.
king in your dreams?
Hold on. I got a question for Avalonias.
Weird.
Now, Avalonias. Hold on. I got a question for Avalonias. Now, the girls
tell me
are
better.
doing these things in the Walmart parking lot. Are you
Walmart parking lot.
going out with Kanye West in the Walmart parking lot and getting the Kanye BBC? Is this what's going on?
I think she'll never admit it. She'll never admit it.
Have you ever heard of Fight Club?
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, with the two towers that
Edward
fall.
Norton.
Doesn't exist. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? You get me?
So basically, she just admitted to sucking off dudes in the Walmart parking lot.
Well, just Kanye.
It's a hearsay,
Kanye.
She wants the BBC.
Now, are you putting this on your OnlyFans page?
You better be putting on, monetizing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put it on your OnlyFans because that's the only thing women can do now, apparently.
Yep.
Well, how else do I make money, right?
Right. And
Exactly.
good for you. Like, we're not, and let me just stop it right here. I don't want to feel like we're slut shaming or anything, but like, good job. Like, if I was, and look at my logo on here, S, that stands for slut. If I was a woman, I'd be a slut. I would be sucking dicks left and right in Walmart parking lots. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the way to live life.
That's the only way. And I would be bumping the new Kanye mixtape while I'm doing it.
Be best friends.
I heard he actually had a feature with a what's his name? Lil Dicky.
Look at what Mad Pieman said.
You can take Kanye out of the parking lot, but you can never take the parking lot out of Kanye. That was a good one, Mad Pie Man. I feel like this guy just gets mad and he like cream pies people in the face.
Do you have a lot of Anderson Cooper cream filled treats?
I feel like he probably dresses up like a clown and he like goes around like jizzes in all the whipped cream.
Dude, maybe Pie Man is actually Pennywise and he's the one that made the balloon.
Yeah,
that is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's definitely possible. I saw it on Reuters. It's definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Avalonias. What do you think about the balloon?
He said,
"See that you guys are really like invested. We should call our president right now, Joe Biden, and get you guys arrested."
Well, you need to fucking arrest Mad Pie Man because he said bukkake pies. So that means there's multiple people. So he's making a bukkake pie with like multiple dudes.
No, just you, no one else. Because you're giving false information, just like Facebook. It's like Facebook jail. Like, I'm Facebook jailing you right now for telling.
Well, we're not on Facebook, so joke's on you.
The world is a Facebook.
Meta.
No, you're Meta. You're Meta. You're an avatar. You're a figment of my imagination.
How dare you give away my ways? Okay, it's supposed to be a secret.
Well,
Avalonias. Look.
Look,
we all know that you're part of the allegory of the cave. We all know that you are secretly making balloons to spy over America and their secret militia groups. And we know that
yep,
you are giving the cream filled treats to Anderson Cooper. We know
we
it.
cracked the code.
We've got the documents to prove it. We have the documents to prove that you
Well,
are
hold on,
giving cream
Alex
filled
Jones is
treats.
here.
This is Alex Jones, Avalonias. Can you hear me, Avalonias?
You owe me $50, you dumb bitch.
Excuse
Ooh,
me,
you're gonna
ma'am.
let her talk to you like that?
It's $56 to be exact, and I already got the documents, so I don't
Ooh.
have to give you the $56.
Okay, well, listen, I feel like I need to be the in-between person here. This is Ben Shapiro. I do not recall reading an article that my team gave to me about this information. Okay, we'll let the debate go on, but I'm going to be the moderator. Okay, go ahead. Avalonius, state your first, defense.
I think that my own truth is all that matters. So like it doesn't matter if the truth is not real or not, but it's my truth. So I feel like that's the real truth. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you? Do you know what I mean?
This is blasphemy. You are part of the globalist elite. How dare you? The truth is the truth, and we will expose the truth here on InfoWars. And if you do not expose the truth, you are global elitists.
Well, this is Ben Shapiro. I just want to say that I want to fact check that real quick. Let me Google it. Let me fact check. Okay. What the honey badger said is totally against what Avalonia said. Now, we have to fact check it on Google because that's the most reliable source of truth on the internet. Okay. So we're going to type it in Google. Okay. Hold on. Let me go on my keyboard. Okay. Now we typed it in. Now we're coming down to the conclusion that Honey Badger might need to make a rebuttal here. I'm not going to say who's right and wrong.
I object those statements. I have no emails to prove that, so that means it doesn't even exist. You're wasting your time.
Now, who's wasting whose time?
Excuse me, ma'am.
The government.
All right, hold on. This is Bill Hicks. I'm sorry, Alex Jones. I just want to say that what the honey badger is saying, it's definitely true. I guess we had the real Bill Hicks calling.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
That was crazy.
This is Bill Hicks,
He came through my computer. Like I didn't even.
and we're gonna talk about the Arizona Bay. How California is gonna go underwater, and Arizona Bay is gonna be formed, and it's all gonna be because of COVID-19, and because Avalonias will not stop.
But don't listen to this fucking guy. He's going off the rails.
No. This is fake news. You need to vote for Trump. Vote for Trump.
His very smoky voice really tells a lot.
Well, if you think about it, Bill Hicks did smoke a lot of cigarettes when he was on stage.
Well, I mean, he kind of has to, right?
Right. He's got to keep that nicotine high.
Right.
Because he's doing comedy, Like, got to have a few brewskis or have a few ciggies.
Yeah, so he can.
Is that what the millennials call it nowadays? Ciggies or?
Well,
Cigarettes.
I think that's a hearsay.
Right. What does Larry David call? Did Larry David ever mention anything about what he calls cigarettes on Seinfeld? Didn't he call them dirts? He's like, let's go smoke a dirt. Because I saw this documentary with Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David behind the scenes of Seinfeld.
Mockumentary.
Well, I don't think it was like that. I think But like Larry David was like, he was very impatient, and he would just be like behind the scenes. He'd be like, Jerry, let's go smoke a dirt. And Jerry was like, what's the deal with dirts? Why do you call it the dirt?
Actually, I'm watching Seinfeld right now. Not like
Really?
a second, but I have been, yeah.
I watched it a couple weekends ago.
That show is so racist, so
Oh, Greg left the
like
chat. Okay.
humanist. It's kind of a weird ass show, man. For the time that we live in today, like how far we've gone compared to like where we were at before, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. No, like, okay, tell me. So, like the freedom of speech, yeah? Take that freedom of speech and then let's make it into, do we use our freedom for what, like, to make excuses for why we want to do what we want to do? Or is our freedom for, like, expanding ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if you watch old shows compared to stuff that's today, like how far we've come with accepting people like mental illnesses or women, for instance, right? People of color. We've kind of gone a far away, even though we don't have as much freedom. We do have freedom. It's just we're trying to train each other to not be so like harsh and negative with each other, but rather more like on a positive side, more like friendly, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I feel that, but also at the same time, I feel like people are now allowed to like get away with stuff that's just like stupid. And like, yeah, you should be called out on stuff. Like certain things you do look dumb and you should be called out.
Oh, I'm in a polygamous relationship, but I'm gonna lead a guy. Like, there's so many things in you talk about ethics and morally. Like everything can be, you know, just the idea of like, and just for an example, okay, let's take a guy named. His name is John, and he's 24 years old, and he's trying to navigate the world as a straight white man. That's a tough.
That's illegal.
That's a tough environment for
Why?
him, because now that the game is totally
Social
changed,
norms.
where we have like social norms, and we have like, well, you know, don't identify me. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Well,
okay,
the
sorry
other
for being a
problem,
straight guy meal out here.
the other problem is in the workplace where if you are, if you're a minority, even though there technically is no such thing as a minority, if you are classified as a minority, which is female or pretty much anybody that's not white, and let's say a promotion's coming up, and you want to pick Johnny for the promotion, and really Johnny is better, and it has nothing to do with the gender, but because if you don't pick Susie may not only be able to sue, but also there's tax incentives of promoting females in the workplace. There's no tax incentives to promote black or white men. Now, there are for Asian men, there are for Hispanic men, but black and white men do not get tax incentives for being promoted. But and how I know that is because I've been a manager, and because I've know that, um, and I think a lot of women even know that. I think women know that, so then they act. They can just act out like, "Well, I'm going to get promoted no matter what because you know what, I'm a woman, and if they don't, then no, I'll sue them." You know, I mean, anybody would do that.
I feel like for me, for instance, right? So especially in this day and age that I'm in. So yeah, that's very true. I feel like people feel very entitled to everything now. It's like, yes, there was a time where we did need to kind of step for each other because as humans, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on, especially how we were treating people just based on their looks or the way they act. Now, jobs technically are not supposed to do that. Obviously, we know that there's places that still do, but to me, it kind of sucks because, like, for instance, Facebook, or was it Instagram? One of those two contacted me just recently, okay? And as you guys know, I do all social media and all that junk. Well, I was contacted, and I was told that in my email, it was stated that if I chose to put down that I was in, like I was like a lesbian, or I was like supporting this or doing that, like, or I was had pronouns or any of those things, that I would instantly be gratified and actually get promoted even more on social media where they would do it for me, right? And I thought, that's kind of crazy because, like, as a straight person who only likes the male gender, right? 'Cause I'm a female. I kind of was offended by that. It's not because I don't go around going, "Hey, hi, how's it going? I'm straight." Because who fucking cares what people think? Well, my gender is, or what I'm doing in my personal bedroom, right? Because that's none of their business. But I just think that sucks that, like, if I'm not, and I'm not, please understand, I'm not saying anything against gay people or by gender or anything, because you're yourself, like, you're not hurting me, like, be yourself. But it does suck for me as myself that if I'm not one of those characters that they have now in the world, this certain gentrification, that I'm not as cool, or I'm not going to be as noticed as they are. And it's like, I work just as hard in my business, to not be treated equally. So I feel like the gender roles have changed in our 2023.
Hey, Avalonias, have you seen our new music video?
No.
Yeah, she saw it. She commented
Check
on
it out.
TikTok.
Oh, did I?
You commented on our TikTok video. On TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what did you like about it? Or were you just blowing smoke up our asses?
The realness.
You were? You
No,
genuinely...
realness.
Why is it fucking raining right now in winter? That's what I want to know.
All right,
It's fucking raining right now.
I want to continue on. I want to continue with
God
what
damn it.
Avalonias was saying.
Live in March.
Thank you, Mad Pie Man. Thank you for watching. Yeah, it was great lyrics, and yeah, it was. The whole thing was great. Like, the lyrics were nicely written.
Avalonias,
we're not professional
did you
rappers.
know that they that there's actually algorithms when you apply to jobs? Let's just say I apply to Walmart. We'll do something kind of simple. I apply to Walmart, and then I put they want someone to stock their shelves, and I put down my resume and all my qualifications and all my job experience and all that. Did you know if I put in to the gender in the race, the correct thing, white and male, I will go into the bottom. Black men will go right above me, as the same gender, and then if you are female or if you are a self-identified whatever, you are now at the top of the stack, and there is huge tax cuts for employers to hire self-identifieds. And I have to use that word because YouTube will maybe flag this channel if you use the T word. So I would use the word self-identified for those groups, and as because it would be hate speech.
That's
But
wild.
that's why. And Novelty can probably contest this because he's been experiencing it in the workplace too. I've experienced it. Actually, Zach Avalonius doesn't know who Zach is, but most of our watchers know who Zach Hubbard is. I mean, even Zach Hubbard has talked about there was a self-identified teacher and they were a terrible employee. And I'm not going to say that they're all terrible employees or bad workers, but when you give people that mindset that they just can just get shit without working for it, you instant gratification like that, you're developing a psyche in someone's mind that it doesn't matter how I behave, I'm just gonna get whatever the fuck I want. And you're just you're getting promoted. You're getting ever, and it doesn't matter that you're good at your job. It doesn't matter about anything. It matters because of how you identify yourself. That's not how you're gonna be able to fluctuate the society. You got to do the best people in the workplace. You're going to promote the best. This guy's the hardest worker. They're always on time, or they're always coming up with new
All right.
ideas on how to improve.
All right, we get it.
Blah,
We
blah,
get it.
blah.
We get it. All right, so let's wrap this up a little bit. Any closing thoughts, everybody? We've been going over an hour. Let's wrap this up because no one has the attention span to watch anything that's over an hour. So, any closing statements, Avalonias?
Viva la vida!
All right, Honey Badger.
I'm not going to close it yet. I'm going to see if other people want to come in.
All right, well, I'm
gonna
going to get
close
out
this
of
at
here.
midnight.
My closing statement is the world is corrupt and there's nothing you can do about it. We just kind of float around. Once you realize the world is corrupt, then you're free to float around the system and enjoy. At least you got to get some KY before you get fucked in the ass. Peace out. It's Novelty. Love you all.
Well, you can get better. You can get better in KY. Come on. You can do a little
Well,
bit better. Maybe a
I'm
little olive
just
oil.
saying generally.
Go a little
All right,
organic.
love you guys. Bye.
Maybe. All right. Yeah. Novelty probably, he has to go work in the morning. He has to go be a slave. Thank you, Avalonias, if you do end up watching this. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's been on here. I'm not going to close this out till maybe about maybe midnight. I loved the. Oh, there we go. We got somebody that loved the honey badger. Yeah, I'm kind of modeling my character after the Deadpool personality because I love Deadpool so much. I mean, I just like his personality. But yeah, the self-identifieds, they go in the top. So start. Avalonius is calling me. Welcome back, Avalonius, to the. Thank you for coming back on. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Because I was a manager before I did that solar stuff at a restaurant, right? And we had a self-identified person on our team, and they were a very rude, and they had the most complaints from the customers, but we couldn't fire them. I could have fired anybody else for those reasons, but I was not allowed to fire them because of.
Well, because you would get in a lot of trouble.
Well, I wouldn't get in trouble, but the owner would have, and well, it could have came on to me too. I don't know, but I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with they're not doing their job. So, and they're toxic for the team, and no one likes working with whatever it
here's
was.
The thing, though, is and because they're like that, and I'll let me give you an example, man. So before I started all this, awesome business stuff, I was working at Carl's Jr. All right, and there was this one kid that he was black, okay, and he was very fucking racist. First of all, the thing is like he would always say everyone else was racist. All the time. But then he was the only one that was always talking about racist stuff. Okay. And anytime he didn't really work a whole lot. He complained a lot. And he really wasn't a good worker. I mean, he always was talking bad stuff to them, like the people, to the employer, like just wasn't very respectful, right? But the thing that was hilarious about this whole situation was, guess who didn't get fired? No matter how he acted, if he just walked out of the job or whatever, he didn't come into work, he came in late all the time. Sometimes he didn't feel like coming in, so he just wouldn't. He didn't always keep up with code. He ate all the time. Well, that's the one thing, too, is like, in the kitchen, like, technically we're supposed to buy our food, right? We get a discount, whatever. But if we're in the kitchen, we kind of just make our own food, and the manager doesn't really care, whatever. But he would eat all day long. Now, imagine how much money that costs the employer because of the fact that he's just constantly eating, getting high all day, doing whatever. But he never got fired. And there was other people, and I will say, I hate to say it's about race, but it's true. There would be some white people barely do anything, and they would get fired on the spot.
Yep.
And you'd be like, what the fuck? They didn't even do it. They came in late for 5 minutes, but they've been on time the whole time because I was one of the managers. So I'd be like, are you kidding me? And it's because they were afraid. If they fired that one kid that was all really bad, well, now he can start saying they were racist against him and all kinds of stuff, even if it wasn't true.
It's funny that you say that because I was foreman at that before I got, arrested, because apparently white people don't get arrested and ever go to jail for stupid shit.
That's true.
Let's rewind. And there was this guy I really wanted to get rid of, and always complaining about his feet, and always trying to leave early, always coming in late. Didn't have didn't have a reliable source of transportation, even though he said he did on the application. Okay, but you're not working very well. You complain constantly that you can't do this job, and I would see Mexican and white people get fired like that, just for being a minute late. But no, not this guy. This guy's 5, 10, 20 minutes late, a couple hours late, leaving a couple hours early, almost 2-3 times a week, slowing the team down, complaining, but somehow can't fire him. And now I'm just foreman. I'm not the supervisor. And I'm like, we're trying to figure out, man, we gotta get rid of him because we can't get our work done. Like, he is slowing the fuck down the project. And before I ended up getting fired because of what happened to me, and I was the best worker. You want to know why I got the promotion? Because I was the fastest. I got the work done. And you want to know the other guy that was trying to get the position? He was black, and he said the only reason why you guys, because you were white. No, dude, I got more work done than you. My numbers showed. I was on here on time. I have my own car. You don't even have your own car. You don't have reliable transportation to get to work. I was taking the initiative. You know what I mean? And then they bring the race shit up. It's like, it had nothing to do with me being white, because the guy who promoted me, it doesn't believe in race. So, they're our age. We're all around the same age, early 30s, late 20s. So we all don't even believe in that shit. Like, that shit's done and over with in our generation. They're trying to they need to keep it going because they don't want black and white people to unite. Because if black and white people actually united, their system's going to get fucked. And but constantly, but this one guy was just always I'm like, man, I don't want to fire nobody, but it's like, dude, you can't work. We got to get work done, and you're just not doing anything and just complaining all the time. Yeah. So it's ridiculous. And it always comes down to gender or race. And it's it has nothing to do with your gender or race. It has something to do with that you don't get work done.
Well, this comes down to the fact that, and this is a situation I've seen to talk about, not a lot, but definitely a lot more frequent, is that a lot of people don't like to admit they're wrong. or their wrong behavior. So then they start to blame it on other things to be like, oh, see, I'm not that bad of a person. It's because of this or that person or this or that or this or that. Or because this is my sun sign or whatever, this is why I am this way. And to me, it's like, no, you're just a shitty person and you have shitty behavior. And the only way you're going to change that behavior is you have to admit it first. But in our society,
It's like an addiction.
We're exactly right. Because that's the whole problem with this whole thing. It's not even America, by the way. It's anywhere. People in general just are like that, and to me, it doesn't make much sense because I don't understand like why they're so afraid of growth. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but if you don't have some uncomfortability, then how are you ever supposed to keep fulfilling a successful life properly?
You know, you're definitely right, and I don't like to do this, but I have to do it because it's just true. Christians are the worst at it, and it's not like I'm trying to mock their religion. I'm mocking more about the behavior that the religion gives them.
No, I understand that.
I was just in the pen. I'm like, you know what? Might as well read this Bible because now with all the knowledge I have, maybe I can decode it and find. And I did find a lot of interesting things. Um, I know gematria is not a big thing that you know about Avalonias, but when 201 is like a huge number, and when I found out that the Ten Commandments started on chapter 20, verse 1 of the Exodus, I was just like, oh my god! Of course it did. And it's like the Illuminati boss number, 201. But anyway, uh, with Christians, you try to tell them like, look, what are the odds that Jesus born on the 93rd day of the year, or not, or died on the 93rd day of the year, and between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., and the sun is 93 million miles away? And then when I read John, because the pastor there told me to read John, John is constantly saying he is the light that shines the world. That I'm like, how is that not a depiction of what the sun is? Like, that is exactly the sun that gives life to the world and lights the world. That's exactly what John says, like 56 times in the book of John. Constantly saying it. I'm like, like they can't get that Jesus might actually just be the big giant real thing in the sky, just another personification of that. Maybe put in the humanoid form into a story so people can understand that without that, because December 25th is when the sun begins to start, more light in the day begins. You know, the Southern Cross. Huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so December 21st and 22nd are the shortest days of the year in the northern hemisphere. And then it's like the same, like a time when the sun sets till the 25th, and that's when the sun begins to come back up again. And that's a sign that winter is on its way now. I mean, not winter or spring. Spring's on its way. Yeah, comes in the clouds, walks on the water. I mean, what does the sun do on the water? It reflects on the water. It looks like it walks on water. It's like, come on, guys. But you can't tell them anything because they're always somehow always right. Their religion is the most real religion there is, and they're never wrong. And you're 100% right, Avalonius. But I have to pick on the Christians because they are like the craziest people about
You know,
it.
You are right to an extent because I do see those things where I feel like I mean I would consider myself Christian, but I still see that aspect of a lot of other people that use that religion as another escape to be whatever they want to be, right? Just like everyone else. And it sucks because you see these Christians, so-called Christians, that they definitely like to condemn people a lot, and they think that, you know, the one word they use a lot is once saved, always saved. Okay. Now, I came from a lifestyle where I was Christian for when I was younger, and then I was actually one of the biggest cult leaders in America for a long time. And then I'm not anymore, but I was for a while because I didn't understand how Christians could be so condemning. Yes, we judge, like how, for instance, you judge when you're driving on the road, which side of the road you're supposed to be on, how much glass of water you're putting in your glass, right? Or all these little things, right? That's judging. But condemning is a completely different story, where it's like, there's things I do know, but you're not going to see me sitting there just nitpicking at every single person I meet. Because to me, if I'm going to do that, I would prefer to pick on myself, not to destroy myself, but to try to, like, okay, if I'm going to look at someone else and like their weaknesses, then perhaps I should just be looking at mine instead and finding new ways to keep building myself and changing those weaknesses into strengths, right? And not hurting other people with the things I think in my mind. But like, you know, Christians do that a lot. When I was a kid, my grandmother would constantly say, like, you know, because you're a kid, right? So you would see face painting or play with Barbies, for instance, and my grandmother would say that was demonic, right? You were going to get possessed because of this, or if you wore this shirt with these little things on your shirt, that this was demonic and satanic. This was a thing that she said all the time to me. A lot of Christians say that Satan made them do that or this or that, right? Now, you know, I like, again, I am a Christian, and because I'm a born-again Christian after being in witchcraft for a long time, I see things very differently. But the one thing I can say, which I find really, really hilarious to me, is that they blame Satan for everything. Listen, I know he's a bad guy, all right, but he we can't give him that much credit. Now, come on now. You know, life plays games, and we are accountable for those things. That sometimes bad things happen. Doesn't mean that Satan was like watching every single move, and he's just waiting. I mean, yes. I mean, you know, I do believe in that. Like, you know, bad things do happen, and sometimes, you know, I do see demons and I see angels, but it doesn't mean that they're constantly. They can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. We're born with freedom, right? We make our own choices. So Honey Badger, I completely agree with you on those things, because to be a Christian is to have humility. And yes, no one's perfect. We're not robots, so it's not like we don't make mistakes. But to admit that we do make mistakes, that's important. It's an important factor in who we are. I'm never going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I'm perfect. I do have a lot of mistakes, and I'm trying to constantly find new ways to not be that way. Not because I know that you're sitting there watching me and see what I'm doing, but because I don't want to be like that, and I really want to just be a different way. And so that's something that I'm working on myself. And so I'm sorry that you've met people that are Christians that are really harsh and that don't try to make an effort, because not everyone's like that.
I mean, I met some good Christians, and but I mean, if I were to put 100 Christians in a room, I probably may get one that is actually good. And and again, good is actually a quite a subjective term, because let me ask you a question. Where do people go? Where do the bad souls go? They go to hell, right?
You know,
Supposedly.
that's something that I thought about for a long time, you know, because I know that in the Bible it talks about when people die, right? They're just sleeping. So I don't know necessarily about the rest of everything else, not for a fact. I mean, I guess that's like an area that I've thought about for a while, and I've had to let it go. I realized that it wasn't like doing me any justice. So I I don't know. I feel like bad people, I shouldn't say bad people because that doesn't make any sense. People who may do bad things and repeatedly do those things, I don't think that's nice. Why would you want to hurt people? And why would you want to hurt yourself? That doesn't seem like a very good thing to do.
Well, I'm kind of
I don't know.
asking in a basic sense, right? Like the bad souls are supposed to go to hell, and the good ones go to heaven, right? And the ones that repent to Jesus go to heaven, right? Like this is a basic philosophy under Christianity and or Judo or Abrahamic religions. Um, Now, if you think about it, okay, if the bad people or the bad souls go into hell, in a way, is Satan not like the warden of like a prison for all the bad people? So he's keeping all the bad souls in an area when all the good souls go somewhere else, right? Like
But the thing is,
that's the
he's just an angel. He doesn't have any control of anything. He's not a lord over anything. He's just here, just like we are here.
well, Satan is actually a personification of Enki, which is a Sumerian god. And then it goes into Beelzebub, and it goes into Set, and it goes into the serpent, or I can't remember in the Old Testament. There's another name, and then it goes into Satan. And there's I'm probably skipping over a few other civilizations on the evil
That's
entity,
right.
but
Yeah.
um uh Enki actually loved humanity, and Enki was the serpent in the Adam and Eve.
Okay.
And Enlil was the god pretty much in most of the Old Testament. Um, because if you read the Book of Creation, which who knows, it might even be mistranslated because again, Sumeria didn't really have a it was like a numerical language, so they're using their tablets and trying to convert it, and they had the Epic of Gilgamesh in it, which is Noah's Ark, and this was well before Old Testament Torah. So there was a flood, according to the ancient Sumerian civilization, which predates Babylon and all that.
Okay.
So you have these stories and these civilizations that end up crumbling, and then those civilizations had towns and cities, and then those people took those philosophies and whatever ideologies from there, and then created their own, and then made that, and then it just became pretty much a domino effect until today, where really we don't know shit about anything. I do think that there is a creator. I mean, to me, this is a matrix, and if there is a matrix, someone created it. So, um, that's just to inform me. If this is not a matrix, then more atheist people are right in that it was just a big bang. If this is a matrix, then atheists are wrong and someone created it, and that we're in a numerical simulation. And there are organic things that do happen, but then there's a lot of things that are controlled, just like in a computer. So over time, if Sumeria was real and all these other Atlantis and all this shit, if that was all real, over time the things change, because if you really read the Old Testament, Joseph reminds me of Jesus in the Old Testament, or is it Joseph, or is it fuck? I'm not gonna go look, but there's a character in the Old Testament, and it's in right after Numbers. Starts with a J too. I can't remember right now. I'm my Bible's right over there, but he if you really read it, it's like very, very similar to the origin of Jesus. And again, there's the 42 generations to Jesus in the book of Matthew. And that 42 number, it would take me, I would get blue in the face to explain to you about 42, but like, um, it just, to me, Jesus or the Christ is the parable, because how come there is no physical evidence, John, Matthew, and the gospel doesn't even explain what Jesus looks like at all until Revelation. It's not even that great of a depiction, feet of bronze and hair like wool. Like, okay, great depiction on a person, not very good, but anyway, you have this person saying, "Follow me, I am the way," and all this other stuff. It almost sounds like Jesus is the parable of what your consciousness is and the awareness of your consciousness, rather than it being a human being walking around and doing exactly what Socrates did in Greece. If you ever read the Republic, and the Greeks are the ones that wrote the Bible, um, walking around being a conspiracy theorist. I mean, when I've read like Matthew and John and all this, it literally just sounds like Jesus is over here being a conspiracy theorist and telling people the truth about what's going on in Rome and in the world. And people don't like the truth because they're, stupid. And to me, God's ultimate plan is here. I'm going to make this person. They're going to go around here, tell people the truth. They're not going to like it at all. And then I'm going to have him die on a piece of wood. That's not, to me, that's not a very elegant plan on someone that created the entire universe. If I create the entire universe, but I still can't control humans or get them to wake the fuck up.
Though. Why? Here's the thing.
What's up, Bamboo?
This is why I think that I went into that lifestyle, right? Is because for me specifically, when I was in witchcraft, in different sects, it wasn't just like one. It was more control, and I wasn't in control. Never was.
What do you mean by that?
I was.
What do you mean that you weren't in control?
There was a lot of like incantations and like lifestyles that I had to follow in order to quote unquote please what it was that I was trying to contact. When I talk to God, which I talk to him all the time, I could just say it out loud because I know he hears me. I mean, and not just me though, anybody, but for me anyways. But yeah, so I like where I'm at now because I like that I'm never scared anymore. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm not scared of anything. And I also feel like peace because I know that I can want to talk to God, and I can want to do what I want to do because I want to, because I know that he's never forcing me to want to love him or want to talk to him or do certain things, because if I don't like that I can be free, and I want to talk to God and I want to follow a certain way because I know that he's not forcing me, and that these things that I do is strictly because I do them. If I was being forced to do things a certain way, or I wouldn't want to be alive, because to me it's like that's how Christians always make it seem like you got to do this, you got to do that, and it's like what?
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
It's weird. I have no freedom at that point, and I don't like not having freedom, and so for me to have freedom feels good.
I think I don't know if you've ever read like Leviticus or Numbers, but I think that you would like, because it's really just, it is a lot of kind of like witchcraft type shit pretty much in those books, where what they're talking about is, sacrificing of shit and crystals and giving offerings to God. No, if you've read the Old Testament, who's talking. This is Avalonias. It's one of my friends. Um, Bamboo was just wondering who it was. Um, God in the Old Testament, or Yahweh, is he's a lot more hardcore. Like, he ain't fucking around. He's like, no, like, you're gonna, okay, well, you want to defy me? All right, that's cool. Boom, just wiped your ass out. Like, he must have. He was laying the fucking smack. He was going like the Rock, laying down the people's elbow type shit. In the New Testament, it's a way different. So the God changed, and it wasn't just Yahweh. Because if you read the Old Testament correctly, which I did, I mean, the amount of times the Hebrews are talking about different gods and worshiping all kinds of different gods, and like the Philistines and all this, they, God Himself knew about those gods, but it was like, no, like those gods are pretty much pussies. Like, I'm the fucking, I'm the Big Lebowski. You worship me, and it kept saying he's a jealous god. And I'm like, a jealous, like, the fuck is going on with this? Jealous? If you're the almighty motherfucker, why would you ever be jealous? It almost sounds like a
Yeah.
woman. It almost sounds like a woman to me. And where there's just not getting the right attention. And the New Testament obviously is quite different when it's more about um, preaching and parables and the word. But you have to go by the roots. And the root is that there are good things in the Bible, but there's also extremely amount of bad things. So it's really hard to depict. It becomes like a picking match. Like, and I think witchcraft is a cool thing, but also I think it was like it's like a popular thing right now that especially a lot of women do it. Um, because maybe they're finding some kind of spirituality in that Christianity. Like, to me, it sounds like you're being more like a real Christian, like a person who is just living by the word of God themselves, and they're not over here pushing it on the other people, and they're just doing their own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that to me is what a Christian is supposed to be like. Because when I read the New Testament, when I read their principles, their policies, procedures, I know they're not called that, but I'm just saying it as simplify it. They're not doing that ever. Very fucking rarely. The Ten Commandments, Old Testament, Jesus holds many good lessons. Yeah, and no, that's true. Because Jesus is supposed to represent your collective consciousness and your awareness of that. And God is the collective consciousness of the universe. We're all a whole. We're all part of God. So therefore, we're part of the Creator. Therefore, we're all collectively together, right? Um,
Yeah.
but I think Christianity doesn't like. A lot of Christian churches don't do that. I don't think you go to church. I think you do. You? I don't think you do. Do you?
I found a church. They go on Saturday, and I really like them because they're the closest people that I found so far that think a lot like me, and that's really why I like them. But I, it's kind of crazy. It's like, okay, the way I see things is like a relationship. If you and I, we've been friends for a while, right, for the past few years, but what makes us friends is that we build our relationship, right? If you and I never had anything to talk about, or we didn't have anything to do with each other, and then we just talk to see each other once in a while, that doesn't make us friends, right? That's just like an
Acquaintances.
acquaintance.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like for me and what I'm doing is like it's a relationship. It's building on to my character, to the source, right? Where I don't go all the time, because I don't feel like if I don't go one Sabbath, that all of a sudden I'm going to hell. I have to say that a lot because it's just really funny. But I do feel like I like to go because the life I live, I don't know a lot of Christians that are like, genuine, and so and a lot of people don't even like the Christian thing either. So I don't know. I'm kind of alone a lot of the time with all this stuff. But when I go to church, I truly like it because there's people that are like me, and I can be free about talking about these things where it's just comforting. But I don't go because I'm expected, because if I don't, obviously something bad's gonna happen to me,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was in jail, I was talking with the chaplain, right? And he actually gave me his personal Bible, and it was a nice one. It wasn't King James, it was New International, whatever. And I'm reading it, and he told me to read John, and every time I just keep hearing or reading Jesus is the light that shines over the earth and brings life and all this. And I'm just like, isn't that what the sun does? And it's I think that a lot of Christians need Jesus to be human, because if it's not, maybe they might, I don't know, slip up or I don't know, go on a rampage or some shit. Even though when you really read it right, he's not human. He's more of a personification of how you're supposed to be spiritually within your own metaphysical realm and in your own consciousness. Not your own consciousness is to seek truth and wisdom and knowledge, and that's pretty much what Jesus was. And when he talked, he always said, I am. And that's how you're supposed to say, I am the way for you, for your own consciousness. You know what I mean? And I think you already kind of know that, but a lot of Christian people don't get that, and they're stuck in like this vortex of of almost, obviously Christianity has been used as a scam since someone like Martin Luther came out back in the 16th century and said this shit's a scam, and started the Lutheran Church and Protestant Reformation. And if the church can end up scamming, to me the best Christian, if there is a Christian, is the Orthodox Church. And I don't know if you've heard about that, and maybe you're going to something similar to what that is. That's what it sounds like to me. But the Orthodox Church is literally the most original Christian way fundamentally there is. Because the Catholic Church is nowhere near Christian, nor is the Protestant. But the Orthodox
No.
Church, actually, they'll have you read the Torah. They have you read the Quran. They have you read um, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Like, they don't just limit you to one book. And the Orthodox Church is from the Byzantine Empire, the East. I don't know if you remember when Rome split to the west to the east. The Orthodox Church, they celebrate Easter as their new year, and they're part of the Christian Coptic. They use the Christian Coptic calendar, and they're I shouldn't say that Easter is their new year. Easter is like their Christmas, but their new year is on 9/11.
Interesting.
So they believed
Never heard of that
Jesus
before.
was born in September, which actually used to be back in the Julian calendar, back in that time period, July. Hold on. There's people commenting. There's definitely a creator. We didn't arrive here due to a cosmic fart. I like that. It resulted in the longest chain. Yeah. Even I believed in the cosmic fart, Mad Pyman, at one point in my life, but there was something in me that was just like, I don't know. Why are all these religions and philosophies on this planet? I'm gonna start trying to learn them and see what I think. And I think that is part of the creator, where um you're supposed to have your own spirituality. Like, you're not supposed like individualize yourself into one sector of Christianity or Muslim or Republican or Democrat or gay, straight, bisexual, whatever. You are Avalonias. I am Honey Badger. I am Mad Pie Man. I am.
Yes.
That's it.
We're free. We're supposed to be free. It's supposed to be us. I am me and you are you. That
Exactly.
is the biggest statement. Your name, okay, is such an important thing in our life. In history, we don't even have to talk about the Bible, but literally the book is history book. It has nothing more than just a history book, right, about our history. And that's the thing about just like other books that have history of what's happened around the world, right, where names have a huge personality to who we are. Have you ever met someone and their name just doesn't fit them? You can feel that.
Like, their name is Bob, but they look like a George.
Right. But it's a real thing, right? And that's the thing is, when you see all these people, they name their kid Apple and Mercedes and Diamond. I'm not opposed to those names, I guess. I mean, that's their thing, but to me, it's really important to be very careful on what we name our children, what we name ourselves, because that's going to play a huge impact in our life. When we speak, we should speak with intent, whether it's in our mind or whether it's out loud, because these things come in existence and they place a huge tattoo on people.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's hard sometimes because I know that can be silly at times. I'm not always very serious, but I do try to make an effort to not joke around in a way that people are not sure if I'm always telling the truth or not, because that can walk on dangerous waters. I have a few friends that they're always they're dry humor joking, so they don't laugh or anything, but they say things in a way that you're not sure if they're telling it sounds real, right? And you're like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And then my friends are like, I'm just joking. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't understand that joke. It just sounded like you were being serious. And it's like calling the boy who called the wolf, over and over and over, until eventually the wolf came and no one believed the boy because he kept calling the wolf, saying the wolf was in town for so long. They just like, yeah, whatever, right? And then he was actually in serious danger. And that's what happens to us too, is that if we're not careful with our actions, right, our words and our actions should speak together, right? Some people say, oh, well, my words should be, I only care people's actions are stronger than the words. No, that sounds crazy. If you're not speaking with your words, or your actions are not speaking with your words, then who are you? Because it sounds like then you're not in control of yourself.
Well, that means that you don't have the you don't have the power of awareness in you. And
Well, people do have that. Don't underestimate people. Yes, they most certainly do. But they can be lazy, and they can allow themselves to not want to care or to put it off until quote unquote tomorrow, because you know and I know that doesn't exist. You either do now or you're not going to.
Now or never. If you don't do it now,
Right.
then Martha Stewart is going to come after you.
We don't want that now.
You don't want her to come after you guys. You don't want Martha Stewart coming in your kitchen, making little knick-knack things that are irrelevant. And
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't mind her cooking me some food. All right.
I don't know. I feel like I cook better. Mad Pieman. This is something that I think Avalonias would get because she says she did witchcraft, but Pluto is about to hit Aquarius for the first time since 1776. And I think most of us know what happened that year. Two things, well, as far as I know, two major things happened that year. The Illuminati was formed on May 1st of that year. And, of course, the American Revolution, even though it really didn't start that year. It started in 1773. But we celebrate our birthday on 7/4/76. Yeah, so Pluto is gonna hit Aquarius soon. I can't remember if it's in April or May. And the plants do seem to have influence over our behavior. And just like the moon does, because the moon fucks with water, right? Controls the tides. And I mean, what are you made of? You're made of water. So it would make a lot of sense that the moon would affect us, not just us, but all people. Oh wait, Alex is back on. Yo, what's
Greg,
up?
I heard you guys talking about cosmic farts.
What's
Little
up,
do you
Alex?
know, Avalonias, is Avalonias still here?
Novelty.
Can you hear him? I can't hear him.
I can't
You know,
either.
the honey. Hang on 1 second.
Novelty, we can't hear you.
Fuck. Hang
Double
on.
T was popping home, dog.
We don't hear you. You're. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
How are you not hearing me?
Your audio has. Did you put your microphone in Richard Simmons' asshole, or what's going on here? You do
I
hear
just wanted
him,
to say-
Mad Pieman? I don't
Hello?
hear him.
I just want to say the
Oh, I
honey
can hear him
badger.
now. All right, I fixed it. I fixed it.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Figure it out on your end,
You're good to go.
motherfucker. I just wanted to say the honey badger is. You guys were talking about cosmic farts. Talk about cosmic farts. The honey badger has had some crazy cosmic farts since I've known him.
So,
Especially when he got done working out from the gym.
and your point?
And he
You know, I
drinks.
worship thy dumbbell.
Yuengling. No.
Worship thy dumbbells.
Remember that time you left that turd in my toilet? It looked like the size of a dumbbell.
It was a dumbbell, dude. And that was right before I gave you your guitar towel.
Oh yeah, that one time I was like, and this is a true story, folks. I got out of the shower and I didn't have any towels. And I simply asked a friend to, hey man, can you like bring me a towel? I got no towels down here. And what does he come down with? A fucking guitar, an acoustic guitar. And he goes, here you go.
That's metal.
Apparently,
No, that's a towel.
is that a good friend or is that a shitty fucking friend?
Well, look. You're over here identifying whatever you want to identify, and that's just.
Oh yeah, that's true. I shouldn't identify.
It can be whatever it wants
True.
to be.
Sorry.
If that guitar
Yeah.
wants to be a towel, it can be.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know
Okay,
what?
you're right.
We don't
Yeah. Sorry
come
about that.
over here and offend. And
Well, I guess I
label,
was wrong.
okay?
You know.
So
Well, you
I
can
didn't judge the
well,
guitar.
The thing is, I was listening to "It's Raining Men." You know that song? It's a banger.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I sleep with it every night.
when I was in the shower, I was like, it feels like it's raining men, you know. And then you're like, well, you were singing it in the shower. Maybe if you asked for a towel, you should have asked for a guitar, because then you could kind of enhance the vocals. You know what I mean?
Dreams come true, obviously.
Exactly. You know, you just were not asking the guys.
And
the
for
right
everyone,
questions,
I just
so-
want to sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say, anyone who doesn't know about, if you want to be if you're an aspiring drummer, look up advanceddrummingtechnique.com. You will learn everything you need to know. Advanced
I used to be a drummer.
technique.com.
And you know what drummer equals novelty?
Oh, I put
Drummer
2.
equals 38, and I'm born on
Well,
a day
you know,
where
I
you
put
38 days
I
left.
put 2 D's into the HRL or whatever it's called, and your mom has double D's, so
Well,
advanced
technically,
drumming.
yeah, that's why I
Hold
quit.
on.
I quit drumming not because of that, but I quit drumming because I couldn't bring my
I
drum
think I just need
set
to
to
Google it,
Wisconsin.
but it's. Mhm.
I guess it was meant to be for me not to be a drummer because
Oh, it's called. I'm sorry. It's called Ultimate Drumming Technique. Go to ultimatedrummingtechnique.com if you want to learn how to play the snare drum, and you also want to learn how to jerk off at the same time. Back to our regular
all
programming.
right. I
All
learned
right.
that from Neil Peart
We need to
and
have.
Avalonias.
I think.
Avalonias taught me how to do that too.
I don't know if that's
ultimate
real.
dream.
Yeah,
All right, everybody. We
Avalonias
got.
knows how to play the drum and jerk off at the same time, and blink,
Yeah, obviously.
and blink.
All right,
So
and that reminds me of
Yeah,
our
many
fucking
times.
sponsors. Campbell's Tomatoes. We're sponsored by Campbell's Tomato Soup. All right. We're gonna play an ad real quick. Unless you you know. All right, here we go. Oh, you can't find the original ad, and it brings you to fucking. Here we go. And we're also brought to you by US Cellular.
Oh, I see. The trusted name of all cell phones.
Dun dun
Campbell's
dun.
Tomato
Dun,
Soup,
dun, dun,
ladies and
dun, dun.
gentlemen.
So why are you still awake? Don't you have to go to slavery in the morning?
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay.
Avalonias, what would you say is your favorite
for that.
way to pray?
Upside down with a guitar.
Mine is
She's
like
playing. She does like an upside down push up
I heard you guys
and
talking
plays a
about
guitar
church,
with her toes.
and I just want to
And
say
she puts
well,
on
go ahead,
Axe
sorry.
body spray as she prays.
Okay. Well, that keeps away the Satanists.
Down.
But at my church, guys, we used to have like every other Sunday they'd be like, we'd have a picnic outside after mass, you know, and they had beers out there. They had weenies, hamburgers, everything. Get a Busch Latte, get a Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors Light.
That's Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's like that.
And we got drunk with the priest, and he admitted, he's like, well, one time I was in confession and I kind of did something I didn't like. He kind of hinted at he did something wrong, but we don't know for sure. But he was drunk. We got him. He did a beer bong after mass.
Have you guys ever done a beer bong shot? That's actually really fun. I
Oh,
did
yeah.
one for Christmas, and
Yeah, I did it with my
was
priest.
like, I haven't done this before.
I
Mhm.
did it with my I did it with a little raccoon one time. So
One time I beer
mean-
bonged a sponge. I cut up a sponge into a beer bong. And then it clogged up my esophagus and I had to
Oh, I
go to the
love it.
hospital. Because I put Dawn dish
Nice.
soap.
That sounds like a really good
in there.
vacation.
That's illegal, Alex. You're not supposed to be doing that.
Well, we were breaking the law.
That
at
was
the
a
time.
Richard Simmons law too. That's like,
Mhm.
God, that's like supreme law.
I don't
Well,
know.
Richard Simmons
looking
I
law.
back
think
at it,
that
I was
Bob Ross
I was
would've-
young, dumb, and full of cum.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Well, I know it's
But
not
that's at
excusable.
least 2 months in jail.
I know I'm
You should
going to
lose your
hell.
job,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
you should all
I
your water
should
pipes
leave.
should be broken.
Well,
and,
that's why I
you should be
volunteered
broke.
to give my entire paycheck to the state this next paycheck, because like you got to support the state and you got to support local,
Yeah,
abortion
pay more
clinics.
taxes, guys. You guys, like, the
Yep.
more taxes you pay, the better life is gonna get. So
Mhm.
you need to pay more
Well,
taxes.
sorry, that was a
I'm gonna
dated
put your guys'
joke.
house and eat all your tortillas.
No, you're not allowed to do that anymore, Avalonias. Remember,
I would rather
don't
play.
know.
Well, Mad
Gore
Pyramid
law
is
says that you're
saying
not allowed.
beer bong is better than beer pong. I would say I'd prefer beer pong. What about you, Honey Badger? Beer pong or beer bong?
There is Hillary Clinton Pong, and it's an interesting game because
Well, maybe we
Donkey
can get
Kong?
Bamboo Soldier in
well,
here, and he can give us his opinion.
well,
Maybe Arnold
Hillary
Schwarzenegger.
Clinton Pong. You'll have Hillary Clinton on one side of the pong table with her legs spread, and Monica Lewinsky on the other side.
That
And
sounds like dessert.
whoever
Well, that
gets
sounds like
the
some
ball
CNN
in the
news.
hole.
You sound like you drink Diet Coke.
No,
Just come on.
no,
You need to
no,
get
no.
Arnold.
It's MSNBC.
Maybe
MSNBC
Bamboo.
News, which is
Maybe Bamboo can join the stream. We can get his opinion on it.
well,
Diet Pepsi
Bamboo has the link, so he could.
Yo, Bamboo, what's poppin', homie?
Bamboo is
or anyone
another
like
fellow Sagittarian.
Mad, because I want to get the opinion of either Mad Pieman. I don't know how you came up with that name. Maybe you just came up to people and you were mad and you just cream pied them or something.
I need to pie these hoes.
Mm-hmm. I bet you.
Women like getting cream pied. I mean,
who would you rather cream
they
pie,
like it.
Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Both
Really?
at the same time.
You can't do it at the same.
I'd
You
rather-
can't do it at the same
I'm
time.
adventurous. Yeah.
I guess you could
Avalonias
stop your.
definitely puts that
I guess
out
you
there.
could stop your. I guess you could like be like in the middle way of coming and then like put a cork over your dick and then put it into the other girl. Like put like a mini
Hey,
cork
how
for
did
your
you
dick
know I
hole.
do that?
That's pretty
You
hot.
can't give away my secrets. What the hell?
Well, I mean, you're giving away a big secret now that you're saying that, but
I need a real
Mad,
option.
hop in the box.
those
I
are a
want
real
to know. I want to hear Bamboo Soldier, and more importantly, just if anyone's watched the ultimate drumming technique video, I want to hear their feedback. Should I share my screen and maybe we'll get banned off YouTube? Actually, we'll actually get banned off YouTube if I show it.
Yeah,
Not to
don't
give
do
too
it,
much
no.
away, but it's basically a guy that they hired a guy to, like a guy playing drums, and every time you hit the snare drum, it's like a jerk of your dick. Every time he like plays a song. Yeah, like this guy, like he plays a song, and every time they replace the snare drum with him just jerking his dick. But he nails it.
That sounds good.
He nails his dick. I mean, he better.
Look it up. He was like Jesus Christ being a conspiracy theorist being nailed to a piece of wood after everyone called him conspiracy theorist. That's how hard he was nailing it. I mean, I don't. That was a Forbes. That was a Forbes quote. from the latest magazine. I didn't make that
Was
up.
it Forbes or the Insider?
It
You
was
might as
like
well go ahead and listen
rumors.
to reviews and watch Forbes.
Well, it was like a combination of like, I don't know, because like I think Anderson Cooper was kind of the
Well, then it's definitely
the-
true if Anderson Cooper covered it. I mean,
right, and I drink Diet Pepsi for the record, so I believe it. Anything
Dr.
Anderson
Pepper
Cooper
is where
says
it's
is
at.
fucking real.
no, whoa.
Because he's a doctor, obviously.
She's
No,
saying Dr.
okay,
Pepper is better than Diet
hold
Pepsi.
on. Dr. Peppercorn. All I heard was Dr. Peppercorn. The only real doctor that should be fucking trusted is Anthony Fauci. Tony. I call him Tony.
And Dr. Phil, don't forget him.
Oh yeah, Dr.
Don't
Phil.
forget
Yeah.
Now he's the true doctor.
Well, hold on. What about
Who?
Dr. Oz?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos?
Well, even Joe Biden's a doctor. Joe Biden's a doctor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, his wife.
Your manager at your
Autumn.
work is a doctor. Come on.
Mhm.
I'm a doctor.
Well, you thought about Dr. Dre. If you think about bringing it even deeper, Dr. Dre. You know. Oh, Dr. Pepper.
What about Mr. Pibb? Mr. Pibb is to be trusted.
Well, that's not a doctor. That's Mister.
Mm-mm.
We're talking about doctors over here.
How dare you be
Like Dr. Pepper
sacrilegious
would
right
beat
now?
the shit out of Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm just saying about Matt Pyman. He's talking about Dr. Pepper can't be trusted. Well, about Mr. Pibb.
Well,
Well,
Mr. That's what separates a doctor from a mister.
There you go, Mad. You got
Dr.
your answer.
Pepper.
I
And
love
you
a
know,
good dog
actually,
piss.
you guys want to know a fucking life hack? If you fucking mix Sprite with barbecue sauce, it becomes Dr. Pepper. Did you know that?
And you guys should try it.
No.
And also, you can add
Well,
a,
A1
you
sauce
can,
and Sprite is
no,
Coca-Cola.
no. You can add a fucking Tide Pod to spice it
Yeah.
up a little bit more.
Well, A1 sauce and Sprite is Coke.
Sure.
I like to drink bleach. That tastes pretty good.
Well, what kind of bleach? Like, there's lemon bleach, lavender.
Oh, just the regular old stuff. I like to stay original.
I don't know about
Yeah.
The
that.
latest
That
thing that
sounds
I've
You know, my
kind of been
organ.
doing, and
That's fake
I
news,
hate,
I think.
we can edit this out if it's too offensive, but like my ceiling tiles have been looking ready to harvest lately, and I take a lavender dryer sheet and just roll that shit up, just toke it up.
Toke up your.
Raunchy.
You gotta toke up your floor tiles and your ceiling tiles, people.
I'm smoking
because
some fucking ceiling.
No.
these are not Monsanto floor tiles either. So they're pure organic,
I'm smoking. Oh yeah.
straight from
Lavender.
Martha Stewart's kitchen. And I mean,
It's
it's not
straight up
Monsanto.
organic.
I mean, come on.
It's not. And you
can't-
know who
can't get
gave that
better
press
than
conference?
Monsanto.
Donald Trump and Oprah Winfrey. So
I mean,
all the haters,
Donald Trump is.
you don't know
the
anything
man,
about
you
real
know, but
news.
If you don't vote for Trump in 2024 in the day, leaving 56 days left in here, I mean, you're just you're done. You're a
Wait,
terrible person.
hold on. I gotta say, Sprite and Cheetos makes Orange Crush. I mean, that sounds pretty legit. Bamboo, you want to demonstrate that in the box? You need to hop in the
Keep going,
box and
guys.
show us this science.
Beef stew. Keep going out.
Oh yeah. Don't give too much away, but maybe make like a fake TikTok video.
Alex, let Avalonias say something. You won't let her talk.
Okay. What's up? Hey.
Is Bill Nye my dad?
Well, he probably is. I mean, he had a lot of children.
I mean,
He did a science experiment where he
always
tried to
thought- I've always
impregnate
thought
the
that.
most women in the world.
yeah.
And maybe you were
So-
one of them.
Yeah.
And then,
Do
like,
you know,
when his
you know what
wife
I'm
got
saying?
mad about it, he's like, I'm just doing science. You know?
Well, I mean, that's logical, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should do that. You know, it's just
Right.
science. It's not a big deal.
I mean, how do you think Alexander the Great got so famous? Because he got so many girls impregnated and he, like, took over so many countries. I mean, the more women you get impregnated, the more famous you're going to be.
No, I really think it's his eyebrows. You know,
Well, he did
pretty
keep them pretty
fashionable.
for that time. He had someone to, like, trim them and pluck the the unibrow. I don't know how they had.
Sometimes I have a stash of his eyebrow juice at my house, and I sit there and I just like smell it from time to time. I put it as perfume. It's pretty good.
Do you think you can go on a TLC
It
My
gives
Weird
me
Addiction with that?
tyrant.
That sounds.
Is it though? You know,
I honestly, I didn't know that about you.
I mean, you
But
snort.
now that you
lashes.
said that, I'm so much more attracted to you now.
Oh, thank you. I feel like
You're
I don't
welcome.
need to puke today.
Have you ever had someone wax your left toe?
Hey, yes, and you know what?
Really?
Kim Kardashian and I go every Sunday after she, puts butt injections in her lips.
Mhm.
So,
Do you guys go to that new 201?
Hey, Honey Badger.
nail
You know what
salon?
Honey Badger, before you start talking about the 201 stuff, I get 201 seconds of injections into my left armpit every week. Cuz
Oh,
like
good.
guys like guys with, bulgy left armpits. I don't know, it's a thing now. It's on TikTok. Hashtag big left armpit. You haven't seen that?
That must be something that who's that guy plays in the Titanic is doing?
Tom Cruise?
What's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. No, Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are wrong. It was Morgan Freeman.
No.
Oh yeah.
Morgan
Well,
Freeman.
he played like the more heavenly version of Leo DiCaprio, because Leo DiCaprio died at the end. He went to hell, and like if he would have just been more like Morgan Freeman, he would have went to heaven.
Yeah, because Morgan Freeman is God,
Basically,
as Jim Carrey would say.
Well, Jim Carrey's also like
Carrey's
Jesus in the
my
flesh. Huh?
Would you say Avalonias?
I said Jim Carrey's my left boob. I talk to him every night.
That's fucking
He
hot.
tells me stories about how he doesn't even, he's not real. He's a figment of our imagination.
That's why you come on here, Mad.
Isn't your entire life a figment of your imagination?
I feel like I'm your conscious right now.
Why?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Novelty. She's your consciousness.
I don't want anyone in my conscience. You don't want to be me, trust me. You don't want to be in my head.
That's a right. That's like Freddy Krueger couldn't even go in this man's stream.
You want to stay away from the novelties.
He'd be like, oh, fuck this.
Just imagine going to sleep and having the dreams I have. Yeah, Joe Rogan is bought and paid for.
I feel like he lives in your brain sometimes. Does he live rent free?
Who?
Joe Rogan.
In my
Joe
head?
Rogan lives in one of my hair. He lives in my hair follicle, but not in my head.
I'm 32 now, so I'm getting some gray hairs, and I'm thinking maybe those are Joe Rogan hairs.
Oh,
It could be. You
man,
never
you're
know.
old as fuck.
Joe
Yeah,
Rogan
I'm
anal
gonna.
hair.
Do you need me to like make a casket for you?
Yeah.
Can I
have?
have your dirty socks only though?
Can it be ironic that Jesus nails my coffin for me?
No, I think you should do that.
I
Can I
mean,
do it
he
myself?
could. I mean, he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
He was a carpenter.
If you do yourself, how are you supposed to like?
If
get
I do
inside?
like
Maybe
2
you cut
Hail
your hand
Marys,
off,
can
like
you do it for
Adam's
me?
family?
Well, that lady from the Adams family just died, and then that was named Wednesday, and then the new show just came out, and she literally just died right before the new show came out.
Well, Mad Pieman said
So
he's
I
5
mean,
Joe Rogans tall. So that would make you like 5 feet.
maybe that
Are you talking about Breaking Benjamin?
Mm-hmm.
the band.
I'm talking about
I
the
don't know.
the guy that
Man, what are
plays
you
the meth
talking
head
about?
in Breaking Bad. He
Breaking
actually did
Benjamin's a
feature.
band.
Well, you guys, you didn't see that episode where Breaking Benjamin played a show on Breaking Bad, and then they let the guy from Breaking Bad play like he did like a small role. He like screamed into the microphone for a Breaking Benjamin real show.
And he just kept saying so meth. He just couldn't stop saying meth, and it was actually
They couldn't stop him from
666
smoking it either.
in the. But you didn't see it, did you? Like it was 666 on the all-time charts.
It was like
Best
the reason
songs.
why they kind of they fucking edited the fucking thing out. But I remember seeing it back before it was on Netflix. Like we had to order the DVD from Amazon, and our family sat down and watched it. And he said, like he did a concert with a Breaking Benjamin, and they're like, "Oh, that's so nice that like they both got like the same kind of name, like Breaking Bad, Breaking Benjamin." Like, all right, we'll let him come up on stage for like
I feel like
one.
being bad now and just breaking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stuff?
Can I break
Your spirit.
some gummy worms or break a car in half? Oh, I could break in a car, right?
Well, you could if you hit
Well,
the
I
brake.
could break things, like break some bread.
if you're
yeah.
gay, you can do it.
Well,
Are you gay?
don't bring. You're judging now. You're sounding homophobic, Honey Badger.
No. Only
Bamboo
gays can do
Soldier.
that, which is
We
legal.
can. Hey, Bamboo Soldier,
But
get in
it's
the box
legal
and
for
break a
gays,
bong.
not for straights.
That's what we should do from now on. If anyone wants to be in the box, they have to break a bong.
I gotta arrest you. Come over here.
You didn't get arrested, did you?
I gotta arrest you for your negligent conduct of.
She doesn't know what
being
she's
not
talking
gay.
about.
Well,
All right, don't listen to her.
I'm
She's
a
making up
toaster,
fake laws.
so I don't have a sexual identity, so I can't get arrested. But
Oh,
Novelty is a straight white man, so he
So
should probably do about 56 years in prison.
oh shit.
I mean,
All right,
that's actually like that's a kindness.
Mad Pierman, you should come in the box and break a loaf of bread if you think you're Jesus. I've broken so many.
Can I
Okay.
put stuff inside your toaster?
You know what? We need bamboo. So I'm glad that because I think we need, the one thing we need is like the Arnold Schwarzenegger opinion on this.
Hey, how dare you disrespect Arnold?
I'm not I think
How
he's
dare
like the kind of like the fucking, like anything he
you want
says.
the Texas Ranger to come kick your ass right now?
Or RoboCop. Not RoboCop. The
Oh shit! Don't bring him around.
no, but what the fuck did he play as that toy? Goddamn, Jingle All the Way, Turbo Man. Do you want Turbo Man to come over there, Alex? Is that what you want? He's gonna give you turbo time, and you're gonna have to bend your ass over, boy. You better get some turbo time.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to search for the fucking thing. You know? It's turbo time. Put that cookie down now.
Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
It's
Hasta la
showtime.
vista, baby. Come on, Bamboo. We need more fire signs because Novelty is a water sign, and we can just like engulf
So?
him in fire. Because Avalonias is Aries, and she's fire, and I'm fire. So Novelty would just be getting like completely butt raped in fire.
Novelty is a crab.
Yeah, he's a little crab, crusty crab. He's a little crusty crab that just gets really
No.
crusty.
Nope.
If we were SpongeBob right now, I would totally be SpongeBob, and I think Novelty would be. Actually, I don't really know. What would you be, Novelty?
In SpongeBob, he would either be Squidward or
I would be eating your
Mr.
mom's
Krabs.
butthole.
Mr. Krabs. He would be. I think he would be either Mr. Krabs or Squidward. It's just like he's got to be in his little home in his little crab shack.
What would you be, Honey Badger?
I would either be the fuck are those two superhero people in there? They're old.
Yeah, they're so cool. I don't remember the name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. The Mermaid Man, right?
Yeah, Mermaid Man. That's why I would be Mermaid Man. Or the other guy, Squid Boy or something. I don't remember his name. But.
I would be. I probably would be Squidward.
Yeah, he'll be Squidward playing his little clarinet, and every time SpongeBob went outside, he would just yell at him like. That's what Novelty.
I don't like shit. I don't like going outside.
He likes to be.
You know who, Patrick Starfish would be? Kid Cudi.
Patrick Star would be probably. I don't know.
My left nut sack.
I can't. I mean, I know who it would be, but if I told Avalonia, she wouldn't know who I was talking about. So. You wouldn't know. I would say Jeff. I would say Jeff would be Patrick Star. I mean, Novelty. No. Would you agree? Would Jeff be Patrick Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that for actually quite some time.
Because he lives under a rock.
What characters would be SpongeBob? He kind of does. Actually, paying the $3,000 for that thing.
What is he like? Does he like live in a cave or something?
Yeah.
Sometimes we think he does. Yeah. Cheers, Mad.
Yep.
Good to see you, Bamboo.
Good to see you, Bamboo.
I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I was gonna wrap it up 40 minutes ago, but
it's probably like
I'm not very good at.
What is this? A Joe Rogan
in
podcast?
Reality, I never wrap it up. You know, I like to feel the real thing. If anybody knows what I mean. Haha.
No condom.
That's why you have so many cases of
no what?
No condom.
Nothing.
What's that? I never heard of that word before.
Yeah, right. The Matrix.
A condom?
Condominium.
Yeah, I do want. Yeah, right. The Matrix on. He said it. He will. He'll do it. He's just been busy.
It's all good.
I
Bamboo.
will give him a text and see. Truth Virus is really the one I'd rather have on because he fits our personality.
It's our brand.
So.
Imagine how good a podcast would be with me. Excuse me. I smoked some ceiling tiles. Imagine how good a podcast would be with the Honey Badger and I with Truth Virus. If you guys haven't listened to his videos, he's very comedic. I think it would be
I will send Avalonias
a good
link to Truth
three-way.
Virus. I think
Maybe
he'll enjoy
Avalonias
his.
could make it a four-way.
Yeah,
That way, if we
you would
play,
enjoy it.
hey Avalonias, is Avalonias still there?
No, she's
No.
she's
She's gone.
smoking actually stuff from those little things from the broom.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
She's smoking those.
Yeah.
Truth Virus is a gun, but he doesn't like streaming. Well, we wouldn't be streaming. We would just be recording on just on some audio.
Yeah, True Fire coming
We
out
wouldn't
with
have to
us.
go live.
Join the festivities.
No, yeah, we're not going live. So well, maybe that's why. Maybe that was it. Maybe I'll leave a comment and let him know. We wouldn't be going live. Things would be edited. That type of shit.
Well,
But-
reach out
Oh, I
to him
forgot
and
to
tell
tell
him
you
to get
guys,
on the
I have a
Truth
computer now.
Vibration
I can
podcast.
have live stream.
What you have a computer now, Avalonias?
I have a Apple computer that just got set up last night, so I can do all the live stream or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, FaceTime.
No, what is it called, you guys, for the podcast that live farm live?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You guys, you're the one who introduced me to it. Well, anyway, I
StreamYard?
can do that now. Yeah, that.
Well, I mean, we're on that right now, but that's how we do it. Our episodes we actually pre-make. We edit them to make it sound good and have visuals.
No, I understand that.
It's not
It's
off
much
the
better to do it
cuff.
that way.
This is off the cuff stuff that we're doing right now. We're just kind of fucking
Yeah.
off. But episode 14, we will have a lot more guests, and we're gonna have the skit.
And we're going to
Bamboo
actually have
said-
the sorry to cut you off, Honey Badger. You can finish your thought, but I just wanted to real quickly say that on the next episode, we're going to have the Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's been exposed by Anderson Cooper that he's a piss freak, so we're going to have that on the next episode. So go ahead, sorry.
I
Yeah.
love him.
Who?
Old Billy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
Well, do you want to hear? Do you want to hear my new? I feel like the Bill Nye the Science Guy song could have been written better. Do you want to hear my parody?
Yeah.
Do it right now.
All right. Bill Nye the Piss Freak Guy. P. Urine rules. P. Bill Nye the Piss Freak Guy. That's my new. I think, and it's been exposed that he drinks his own piss. He's a piss freak.
No, this is perfect because Bill Nye the Science Guy equals 223, and it's the year of 2023. So.
Yep. And that's how we knew it.
This is
The
going to be Bill
articles
Nye the
finally
Science
got
Guy's year.
disclosed to the truth community.
Yep, this is going to be the year of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Because
you
the
worry.
reason why he says his like science levels are going through the roof, is because he drinks his own piss now, and that's why he's getting better
He
at
also
science.
drinks Pepsi Zero too. Like he goes beyond.
And that's
Pepsi.
what he does. Like one day
Zero.
he drinks Diet Coke, and the next day he drinks Diet Pepsi, and he drinks his own piss after experimenting with both of those beverages he consumed. And it turned out that Anderson Cooper was right. Diet Pepsi's better.
Chalkboard what?
Scratchings.
Well,
that turns me on. So
that's only on a Sunday.
I know, but also I told you, Dr. Pepper. It's the only way to go.
You're
You
no,
guys
that's
can't do anything
racist.
else.
That's racist.
Well, you know what? I'm
Yeah, I
offended.
know.
We don't promote those kind of racist antics.
We might have to end the
I'm trying
stream
to save your
now because
life.
I'm offended.
You know, I prefer misters over doctors, so I'm gonna go Mr. Pibb.
Anyone who
Sorry.
doesn't drink, it's either Diet Pepsi or die. That's what I say when I do my kick flips. Because like I show up at like the old skate park that I used to go to high school near, and like I just want to let everyone know I still got it. You know, I do kick flips and drink Diet Pepsis. Because like I want to fucking, I feel like a fucking king. You know.
Truth bombs kill the. Well, anyway, I'm gonna end and head to Hillary Clinton's bed because
I'm jealous.
I should already be
but
in there.
Novelty has got to go to slavery tomorrow anyway, early in the morning.
I'm
and
so fucked.
Avalonias has got to,
I might call
go
in.
beat up some people. So
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
I have things to do.
yeah, she's got to beat people up. She's got to beat up Squidward and Sandy Cheeks. So she's also got to beat up the guy, the CEO of Pfizer. So
Yeah.
because he didn't get,
fun for you.
I actually
he didn't
no.
he didn't give her a
First of
56
all,
jab.
let me say something real quick because I saw this on CNN. The CEO of Pfizer actually impregnated Avril Lavigne's stepbrother. Did you hear about this?
Well, yeah, because he gave him that ultra RNA
Mhm.
dose that
Well, it was the MK
confuses
version.
it confused the testicles as like the testicles thought they were ovaries. So
Right. I think it made it so
testo
that like
erectoitis, I think it was called.
I think his balls like slowly became like a double D's, like titties. Like it was like a weird thing with the estrogen mixed with the testosterone and like the RNA mixed as well. And like all of a sudden he thought he had like regular sized balls. And then it looked like every time like he would try to put on some pants, he had like a basically a pair of tits as his balls looked like a pair of tits.
Yeah, and
So,
oh,
with that
sorry.
being said, I
That's
think
a
I'm gonna
fact.
take
You
that
can fact check it.
tonight.
We're gonna take.
Yeah. You guys have a horrible night. I'm gonna.
Oh, how dare you!
I'm gonna think about these things in a very intentful way.
I think
I hope
she.
you
I
have
think
I
she
hope you
kind of
have
wants to
great
think about
nightmares about it
the big balls.
all
She's
night.
like,
She's
oh,
gonna
big
dream
balls.
about
Ooh.
what if one day I took off my pants and I had a big pair of double D's sitting there in between my legs? How would that feel? Wouldn't that feel?
I think she'd
I would be
enjoy it.
happy. Then I could titty fuck my own dick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there would be no reason to even have women. They'll just be like,
Right.
oh, well,
You're
I
like,
can just
I'm
do
good
it
with the
myself.
titty. Because like you wouldn't
But
even
they
have
don't
to
have to
jerk
wear
off
pants, though.
anymore.
You have to wear skirts all the time.
Women would
True.
have to listen to us because they would never get dick. That was the case.
But like, just think
You would
about it.
have
You wake up in the morning. Just think about it. You wake up in the morning, you got a morning wood, you got a pair of double D's right in your lap. What are you gonna do? You're obviously gonna titty fuck them, right? Like that's better than
what
jerking
else is
off.
there?
Anyways, I
Yeah.
think we probably
Yeah,
went
I
too
mean,
far.
yeah, we definitely.
I think we're definitely
It's
like going
definitely
too far.
time for sleepy pies. So
Yeah.
everyone have a great night. Don't forget
All right. Have a
to
good night.
pray to Dick Cheney. Pray Dick
Pray
Cheney
to
tonight. Ask him to vaporize your house.
Maybe,
Ronald
hopefully
McDonald.
Santa will save you guys.
No,
Yeah,
Ronald
Santa,
McDonald
Satan, may
or
Ron
Grimace.
McDonald is actually He was actually the 14th apostle. They don't mention it,
That's
but Ronald McDonald was the
no, I don't
14th
know what
apostle.
you sound like. You drink Diet Coke.
No. This was Diet Sprite. This is Diet Sprite. Diet
I call
Sprite
bullshit.
is sacred. You can only drink it once every 201 days. So.
I keep telling you guys. I said Dr. Pepper is your only life.
Well, you can only drink Dr. Pepper on the day leaving 56 days left in the year, and that's November 5th. So
Don't listen to this guy because he sounds
can
like
only
he
drink it
drinks
once a
Diet
year.
Coke.
No,
Yes.
I got my information straight from Barack Obama.
I don't believe it.
No, Obama, straight from him.
All right.
I don't believe it.
So, he was
I
the
got my
44th president,
information that
44
Diet
years after
Pepsi is
Civil
the
Rights
best
Act.
ever from Reuters.com, the most trusted news source ever. So, yeah, Diet Pepsi is better than Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper. So,
Well, I don't know. Huffington Post is pretty legit too. So
I wouldn't
don't
go
know
that far.
where you're getting your information, and obviously CNN is.
No,
I mean, I actually
your
have
mom went pretty far.
aspartame altar. So if your altar is not made from aspartame, you're not doing correct rituals. So.
Well, there's a correct way. You have to take the. There's a lot to it. I don't want to explain it. This will be on the premium podcast where you have to pay to learn how to build a aspartame, table for a church service. Church service.
There's only 322 of them left in the world. So
not only does, I mean, I don't want to get in too deep into what Jesus would say, but I heard it was like actually backed by Tom Brady too. So,
well, it's
and
probably beyond legit then. So,
and Lil Nas, who actually, he did grow a uterus. That's not fake news. He did become pregnant at one point. I think he lost the baby, but
I ate it.
okay.
Yeah, so Avalonias
was
like like the alien, and
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
She saw. I forgot the lady that plays in the original Alien movie's name, but Avalonias saw her and just ate it. So that's what happened.
I just want to say you're welcome.
We do appreciate it, Avalonias. So
no one said thank you.
Give you 201.
So that's bad manners.
Mike and Ike's. We'll give you 201 Mike and Ike's as a.
I wouldn't even go that far.
gift.
I'd say I'd give you. Listen, here's my offer.
No,
I'm going to play hardball.
205.
I will give you 2 Charleston chews. All right, that's my final offer.
Oh,
2 Charleston chews. All right, I'm playing hardball.
She could get one payday. A payday is like.
I wouldn't go that.
half
No,
a payday.
she already accepted the offer. Don't even. She already accepted the offer.
Into my veins.
Well, we can put them into your lymph nodes. We can't put them into your veins. So we have to put them in your lymph
That
nodes.
might be against mandate number 69.B C double D.
I think it's 69.56.201 section 322.
Is that the new? Is that like the Judge Judy law?
I think it's Judge Mathis.
Oh yeah, but I thought it could be Judge Joe Brown. You never know.
No, Judge Joe Brown didn't do that one. Judge Joe Brown did the 42-59-1061.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thanks for refreshing my memory.
Well, anyway,
Avalonias thinks she's a pop singer over here.
Avalonias is going to be the new Christina Aguilera.
Yep. Maybe a Miley Cyrus.
In your home.
Or like a Lady Gaga.
Coming soon.
I think she'll be more like a Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Or maybe like Greta Thunberg.
Mm-hmm. I think she's going to be a combination of Greta Thunberg and Lady Gaga. Like
if they fuse together,
right? It only makes sense.
That.
Yeah.
I think it's real. I think we're
Mhm.
experiencing it right now as we're talking. But anyway, we're gonna end the show.
Before
Everyone
we
have a
end the
great night.
show, let's just ask everybody, what's your favorite Backstreet Boys song?
Well, we all know
Cricket,
Bamboos.
cricket.
Cricket is that what you said?
I did.
I listen to Aaron Carter, so
Well, I listened to
I'm
Hanson.
ahead of you guys.
Honestly, Hanson #1. Backstreet Boys, like, remember that song "I Want You Back"? Remember that one? Should we do
New
a
Kids from the
karaoke?
Block.
Oh
New
yeah,
Kids from the
guess no,
Block
that's In
all the
Sync.
way.
That's In Sync. You're wrong, Mod.
Well, you're
I
not
listen
in.
to your mom every night.
I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
in
call
sync
him.
with
I'm
your
gonna
dad.
call him Mom Peeman. That's your new name, Mom Peeman.
No, that is
Mom Peeman.
highly offensive because
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
Chris Hansen
it's Dr. Oz
does not agree
approved.
with you.
No,
No, that's not Chris
you're wrong.
Hansen approved, and Chris Hansen
Yeah, it
supersedes
is.
Dr. Oz.
No,
No,
because
well,
Dr. Oz
it
put out that
doesn't matter.
article 33B last weekend. You don't remember that?
Yeah,
You were
but
too
Chris
asleep,
Hansen
you fucking sheep.
overturned it with 56.201. So you
No,
know
that's
what you're
fake
talking about.
news. No,
Oh,
I don't know what
no,
you're
that was
talking
on
about
Chris
because
Hansen. Dot
no,
Hansen.
because Ben
Dot
Shapiro did a fucking Snapchat about it.
Dr.
Remember
Phil
that,
approved of
Pie
this,
Man?
so we know it's true.
Well, yeah, but Dr. Phil isn't part of the .gov network, so it's not
Yeah,
true
he
because
is.
everything the government says
He
is
got
true.
approved last week. You didn't see
By
that
what?
article? You're not reading your newspapers.
Yeah, I did, but it got overturned last night. I think.
No, that's not what I read.
You gotta keep up, man. You're not
No,
even
dude.
keeping up with shit. So you're
Yeah, I
just
am. You're
over here
not. You're
making shit
not
up.
keeping up with shit. I
No,
fucking
you
read.
are. I know you are
Dude,
making
I
shit up.
fucking
Yeah.
read my newspaper every day at 1 p.m. All right. I set my alarm.
Yeah.
and
Well, I
read
go on Apple News, and
Well,
I
you're not
learn
getting the same.
everything from Anderson Cooper, Dom Lemon, Sean
No.
Hannity. I mean,
What are you
I
drinking
get
your
all
Diet
my
Coke while you're
information
doing
on
this?
the back of a cereal box.
I mean, she's getting her like she's doing better than you getting her information on the back of cereal box. Like you're over here. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You're on something else.
No.
You're on this conspiracy theorist stuff. You might as well be listening.
It sounds like you're on
to
Diet
Joe
Coke.
Rogan.
No, it sounds like
No,
you're
you
reading
sound
the
like
wrong article.
you sound like that. You're drinking RC cola.
No, I'm drinking Diet Pepsi.
That's what it sounds like. You're drinking RC cola over here, or
Come on,
fucking
Diet Pepsi is clearly the
the
best.
Food Lion cola or Kroger cola.
No, you're drinking
I think you're drinking Kroger cola, man.
You know, if you were an off-brand of Coke, you would be like RC Cola.
Yeah. You're talking like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist right now.
Do you guys
And
have
we
your
don't
tinfoil
talk
hats
about
on?
things on here.
Because you need to wear those to make sure you don't get any,
We
5G.
we believe in the news. We believe in taking the vaccine, and it's good for you. And
Can you say
and
that?
eating McDonald's every day.
I do eat McDonald's at least 56 times a week, and if you don't approve, then you're not eating healthy.
Are you
Yeah,
allowed to
McDonald's
say
is the
that?
best.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
Are
it's
we
too late
allowed to
now.
say that?
It's too late now.
We're gonna get canceled.
Well, because I agreed with it. I agreed with it. So
What do you mean?
as long as you agree with it. If you agree with the thing, then yeah, like you're good to go. As long as you agree.
Okay.
As long as you agree with the miracle magical cure, you're good to go. But if you don't agree with it, then you're gonna get raped by Billy Bob Thornton. So,
But what if he made love to you like really sweetly, like Billy Bob Thornton? Yeah, I bet. How many?
then they wouldn't
Should
ask
we
him
look up?
to do
And
that.
Avalonias, I want to ask Avalonias, how many women do you think Billy Bob Thornton slept with?
14 billion. in
That's
2
a lot.
seconds.
That's it. Man,
That's it?
It's just 2 seconds, though. It's not a big deal.
I've done 15, so in 1 second.
Yeah.
That's it?
You know what I'm talking about. It's easy.
I mean,
What do you do?
for a badger, it's easy.
Novelty. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well,
Boy.
you know what?
Oh, he's opening up a Diet Pepsi right now.
I'm opening up another Diet Pepsi.
Or it might be an
I would
think
not disclose my secrets because I've been known as a, kind of a pickup artist.
Yeah, he gets paid 3,000 shekels a day.
I actually paid like $3,000 for it for 1 month. Or not even a month. It was a weekend. I paid $3,000 to learn from the biggest pickup artist ever. Huh?
Well, I think pigeons are cooler, so.
Well, birds are all fake.
Yeah.
You'll never have anything on me.
Birds cause global warming, so
That's my favorite part.
You're causing the global
No.
warming, climate change
I truly hope so.
by supporting birds.
Yeah,
Because the bird is not the word.
it is.
Bird. Bird is the
Bird
word.
is the word. Bird. Bird is the word.
Well,
Bird.
it's 1
Bird is the
a.m.
word.
here in Central Time. The badger is going to go to bed and watch
The novelty,
Pirates of the
the
Caribbean 17 and a
novelty
half.
needs to go to bed too.
Just like my favorite drink. Adios, motherfucker.
The novelty
Adios,
needs
and
to work in the morning.
everyone enjoy their 2-in-1 protein shakes and
I'm gonna enjoy my
Martha
slave job.
Stewart's. Go enjoy your slave
All right,
jobs.
go vote.
And,
If you don't vote, you can't complain. Remember that. Remember that, motherfuckers. Remember that when people would
if
put
you
that,
don't vote,
that
you
sign
should
in
go
their
to
house?
prison.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I voted for Trump. I can't complain. I saw that on someone's garage door the other day. It's like, oh my God, really? Fucking brainwashed idiots. Anyways, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for tuning into the Truth Vibration Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Truth Vibration Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We had our special guest, Avalonias. And we have me, Novelty, and the Honey Badger. This is the Truth Vibration. Also, tune into the Saucecast with Novelty if you want to have more laughs. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Have a good night. Enjoy your smartphones.
Enjoy. Don't jerk off too much. Don't do it.
Yep. Keep your hand out of your pants. God's watching. He's watching you.
Yep. Imagine Jesus looking at you. He's gonna see when you reach for it.
Yep. He's looking. Oh man.
He's always keeping
You're
his
not
eyes
jerking
peeled.
off right, and you don't want. Yeah. He's gonna teach you how to jerk off if you do it wrong. So.
Yep.
You better watch out.
And that may or may not be